I will beat your ass.
Hey, howdy ho, Lions fans. Welcome to the Detroit Lions podcast, episode 516. We're the motherfucking winners of our first playoff game since 1991. This is the official Detroit Lions podcast for Reddit. Wildcard victory. Every one of you who are joining us, thank you so much for being here with us for this momentous celebration and point in history. I am your dashingest of hosts, Chris. With me is my co-dashingest of hosts, Ash, and good friend. How you doing, my man?
Fucking great, Chris. Bro, that's the first time I have intentionally drank on this podcast. Was what I had while you were opening right there.
Oh, brother. More to come. Get the funnel ready. We got the
man.
bourbon.
I was saying, like, I was a little worried because, like, I didn't really feel it when we won the division, and like when we finished the year and were the number 3 seed, I was still kind of just like dead inside.
Yep.
But I think I made a sound that was something like when the game ended, man. Like the last time the team won a playoff game was the first fucking year I watched football, man.
I got a quick reminder for folks. Go ahead. Finish your thought. Sorry.
No.
Quick reminder for
Shit
folks.
about it ever since.
Quick reminder for folks.
All I'm saying is we will remain true. We'll remain resilient. And the gut punches will stop.
In today's show, we're going to talk about today's game. We're going to cover Coach Campbell's post-game presser where he drags
These nuts.
across Coach McVay's face. We'll do a roundtable discussion, and of course, we will take your phone calls because you can't sleep, I can't sleep, Detroit can't sleep, and you don't want to sleep because we just won a playoff game for the first time since 1991. We got all that and a whole lot more. We got a great show lined up. Ash, are you ready to go, my man?
Let's get it on.
Let's kick this off and break it down.
Oh, man. There's a part
Jared
during the
Goff is a
broadcast.
better Detroit Lions quarterback than Matthew Stafford.
Oh, I love it. It finally happened. My question can come
Jared
out.
Goff is 1-0 in the playoffs. He has a 100% winning percentage as the quarterback of the Detroit Lions.
At Ford Field. Matthew Stafford.
Anywhere.
0.
Anywhere.
0.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, man. Like, the sheer number of dragons. I'm just going to adjust my camera here because it seems like that was a little bit weird framing. Every dragon just got slayed. I would like to apologize to Jake McQuaid because I completely missed the Jake McQuaid, John Wick angle on this particular game, as he used to be the Rams long snapper and they let him go because he was too fucking old and he just beat their ass.
In the Super Bowl era, in home playoff games, the Detroit Lions are undefeated. Straight from Latvia. Thank you so much for that. I do have to go back and say, Pat D, thank you, sir, for the super chat. Tip of the hat to Goff. SOL is dead. Slander should also be dead. Sign Dan Campbell to a lifetime contract. LOL. National media can suck it. I've got my Dan Campbell jersey on because he's the heart and soul. One of the things I'll talk about, we'll get into this a little bit. The Jared Goff thing. And Riz and I will talk about this too when it comes time. I know Riz will be here. He'll stop by for the show as well today. I don't think he's going to be on, but he will be in the chat. We need someone to push Goff. No, we don't. They talked about it. He was broken. He said it. He said it in the interviews with Collinsworth and Tirico. He had to refine himself. This team, there's something that people don't talk about, and it's great to armchair GM, but these are human beings. These are young men. Sports psychology is a profession for a reason. And Dan Campbell and this front office are absolute experts. They've got it going on. They know what's going on. Stephen Mosier, thank you for the super chat. Floundericious LFG, let's effing go, he says. $250 match for DLP for St. Jude, stjude.org/DLP. We're still going. We're just over 500 away. So if we get 250, we got a 250 match. That gets Riz singing the tunes of Abracadabra as he winces in pain. So join us, stjude.org/DLP. Help spend Flounder's money. Thank you, everybody. All right. That's just one of the things I want to talk about with Goff, because I'm so glad for him that he was able to get to where he did today with this team and against Matthew Stafford. Who won the trade?
Here's what I want.
Both teams won.
Everyone who has argued with me for 3 years about Matthew Stafford, can you shut the fuck up? Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Jared Goff.
But he's not.
Like, as soon as we're done with this, I got some receipts to go cash in about some shit that people were talking this week from like Rams fans.
Here's big one from Pete. Those home field advantage forced timeouts were clutch. Yes, I don't know that if they had 3 timeouts, I'm not sure anybody in this chat or in this thing is confident about this win. As maybe that's what 2 more first downs they'd have needed.
Yeah.
Ay. Clutch fans. I know some of you listen and get in your cars and are in the car. Some are celebrating as long as you can at the field, and I appreciate it. I sat at the TV a little bit and watched some of the off the after activities. I don't usually do that. I shoot up here to do this, but this was the most intelligent Ford Field crowd I've ever seen at a Lions game. When to shut the fuck up and when to be as loud as hell. You folks, hats off to you. We talked about it, just like Pete says, those home field advantage timeouts were all a result of that. The fact that the offense could operate, guys, you did it. You did it. Great. Really super smart work in the stands, and it makes me really that much happier now to have Dallas choke it out. I didn't say go to those cheeseheads. I just said lose Dallas. That was my thing. I couldn't in good conscience just cheer on them with the green guys. But the fact that they won and we have another home game, that's clutch. We're the second seed now.
Yep.
Spending Flounder's money. All right. Moose, thank you. We will thank you for the super chat. We'll get that redirected into the St. Jude Fund at another time. Flounder, if you can catch up on that. And then 14 for Amon Ra. Thank you, Tony Moore, for the super chat as well. Appreciate you. Rock and roll. For St. Jude, for the Flounder if you want to spend his money, stjude.org/DLP. That'll take you right to the site. Fully tax deductible. You'll get a receipt, the whole thing. You won't get the receipt and all that tax deductibility if you do it here on the old super chat. So there you go. All right. Woo. Oh my God, we did it. We did it, Ash. The fans did it. Jared Goff did it. St. Brown today showed up. I don't know if he's showed up like that in a couple of weeks at least, man. He was fire. He was absolute fire.
Yeah. And Josh Reynolds, man, he carried the offense for the first half. You know what I mean? Like all those quick scores. Like the guy's wide receiver 3 might be a free agent at the end of this, whatever it is, and you never know what's going to happen there. But like, that is what he brings to the table. Is he is another guy who, if the other team doesn't take him away, he will punish them.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
viciously. Reynolds, one drop that I remember, he had a couple in the last couple of weeks, but he came back on the right game. I know he was hungry to smack it to the Rams. 80 yards and 5 catches for him, average of 16 yards. Amon-Ra, 110 yards and 7 receptions. Gibbs, 43 yards on receptions today. Some of his catches weren't easy catches either. He's a guy that I was worried about his hands lately. He showed he's got some hands. Some of those first half runs, man. Oh, just juice, just freaking flowing, man. And Monty, of course, Montgomery, man, just grinding.
He is the engine upon which this offense runs. You know what I mean? Like Jared Goff's driving it. It goes wherever he takes it. But the guy pushing it along, the guy running in the hamster wheel, that is David Montgomery. Like today, David Montgomery, 4.1 yards per carry. That is what he's going to give you forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gibbs is a little up and down. You know, like he only had 3.1 today. I kind of thought in the second half, they kind of went away from Montgomery and what had been working in the first half. But that's a little bit of armchair coaching, basically. Like, chances are the reason they did that is because of something schematically that the Rams were doing that I didn't notice yet, because, you know,
You're
I'm
cheering
just a
too
stupid
loud.
fan watching a game, my friend.
Yeah, no, this was incredibly well done from the Lions, from the coaching staff, the prep that went into this, and the ability that they had to kick this out the way they did. Even Donkey Kong is all smiles in the chat right now, which is new. Combat Sack. Hey, Chris.
What are you going to complain about today? We don't win enough.
Hey, Chris, I let out a wolf howl at the end. No clue where it came from, but my kids are keeping their distance right now. Yeah, I'll tell you, my son called from college, just like shook, absolutely shook. He was happier. I mean, happier than I've seen him. And he called to see where we were, where my wife was. My wife was beside herself today. I mean, we had Metallica blaring in the house beforehand. She's just like, let's fucking go, Dan Campbell, just yelling, like, just pumped for the game. It was like, and I'm just trying to, like, I'm in this whole, like, never too high, never too low, right? Don't get too worked up about this. Let's roll. But at the end there, I couldn't help it. She made some wicked nachos that we had during the game. I wasn't sure if they were going to stay down. It was just so much, brother.
Yeah,
Man.
like, I mean, I'm gonna have some negatives later in the week, but I got nothing right now. You know what I mean? Like, this, I could sit here whining about stupid crap, but, like, they won. Lions won a game in the playoffs.
Because the Lions won a game, bitch.
Yeah, no, it's I'm reflecting on it, right? I'm seeing tears tonight. So many Lions fans have died who never got a chance to see this moment. I wish they were alive for this moment. 100%. Nick, thank you, sir. Restore that roar, baby. Ben Ingram, $300 straight to St. Jude. That
was one of the moments, man.
Thank you,
like,
Ben.
like I said,
Appreciate you, brother.
I didn't really feel it for most of this, but there was I'm probably not going to be able to pull up the tweet, but there was a guy who basically tweeted out a picture of him and his mom at a Lions game, and the 23rd, man. You know what I mean? That's when she wasn't with us anymore, so she didn't get to see this, and that was kind of like that's when this whole playoff thing kind of hit me, man. You know, like, this is a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Like, people waited their whole lives for this and didn't get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're here. We got it, brother.
Yep.
We're still fucking here. Cheers to that.
And on the other side of that, cheers to that, to the people you can share it with today who are here. You folks have done it. You folks rocked. It was so easy to give up on this team for so long. It was so easy to bin the Lions, especially when you had the national media just beating on you for that. Stephen Mosier, thank you for the $100 to St. Jude.
In 2013, I almost quit being a Lions fan, bro. Like, I was actively shopping other teams, you know, and I had like a whole list of criteria. I was going, like, I want to be able to, like, love their merch. You know, it's got to be a city I want to travel to, because, like, at the time, Detroit was not doing so well and wasn't exactly a tourist mecca.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there were just, like, these 1,000 things. And in the end, I was like, you know what? Am I ever going to care about that team as much as I do about the Lions? And the answer was no. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, I would just on TV. That's where that was going to go, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm sure I would have enjoyed that, and there would have been years of no pain. But also right now, I'd just be like, oh, well, that's interesting. The Lions finally won a game in the playoffs.
Bitch.
As opposed to the high that I am riding at the moment.
And
all worth it now.
Yeah. And this win was not, I mean, we talked about Jared. We talked about Saint. We talked about Montgomery and Reynolds. But the defense, man, the defense got torched by Nacua, right? Nacua torches everybody he plays against. He got 181 yards and 9 receptions, 20 yards per hit. But you know what? The defense, when it mattered, when the Lions were at their most difficult point in scoring on the offense, the defense came up. And it was absolutely a team. And Jack Fox, the punting, just boom, 8-yard line, bitch. Start there. Boom, 5-yard line. Start there, bitch. And fuck, man, if it wasn't every part of this game where these boys were clicking at the right time. This is what it takes. Look, you would love to have a game like the Packers had against the Cowboys today where you rush out to a 463-point lead. Rarely does that ever happen in the NFL.
Almost never in the playoffs, and usually when it does, it's the Cowboys doing that to the seed that is the Packers.
Yes.
That's 9 times out of 10, it's the team that just barely makes the playoff that gets blown out like that. That's what was kind of weird about that one.
Yeah. I just want to tell you, thank you, Flounder. $300. You guys put us over the 20K mark. This is going to be a great time. We'll get some time together with Riz, where we subject him to some Steve Miller band. The folks that don't know how painful this is are going to be surprised at the visceral reaction from Riz. It's not put on. It's nothing. He genuinely, I don't know what it is, but it's like nails on the chalkboard through an amplification system. It's crazy. Yeah.
For him, if you've ever heard Yoko Ono,
exactly.
That's what I assume Steve Miller Band sounds like to Riz.
Yeah, based on what he looks like, that's exactly what it is. I'm just watching. I'm keeping my eyes open for the post game. What do they call that? Pressers. We've got that going on.
Yes,
and we got our eyes on it. So don't worry. We'll get Coach Campbell.
Might be a bit of a delay this week. They may have some things to celebrate.
We've got 1,127 people watching right now and 171 likes. That's like 10%. Let's hit that button. You're here. Let's celebrate. Just bang that button one time for us. Hit
Costs
that.
You nothing.
You hit the subscribe button. You can join us in the chat. It's a great time to do that as well. Help other people find us. Help us build our thing out. Here we are. Celebrate with you. Smash that like button, please. We appreciate you when you do that for us. All right, we're watching the presser. As soon as Dan Campbell is on this podium, we will have him on the show and share his presser. And then Jared Goff usually comes on, and then sometimes they do some other players as well. We'll get all that. I know it's nighttime; it's getting late, but we ain't working tomorrow. This is what we're doing tomorrow. I don't know if I'm sleeping tonight. This is crazy, man. This Detroit Lions, NFC North champions, home field, second seed now in the playoffs. Thank you very much to the Cheeseheads. Second seed, another home game. You fans, do it like you did it here. Do it exactly the same way, man. Do it the same way. Because that was it. That one. And somebody said it, and I know I hit the I hit this earlier or said it, but that home crowd and what they did with those timeouts were just crucial to what happened in this game. So rocket folks, just give it to them hard tomorrow. Home games, Bucks, Eagles, beatable. Eagles, they're a good matchup for us, actually. I think the Rams were likely one of the worst matchups for us. Niners gonna be tough, but the Rams were probably one of the worst, and we did it. And with all the storyline, and I do want to do this. I do want to do this right now. I said this last week, and Joe Dexter, I believe, was the guy who posted it on the Twitter out of my kind of little rant I had. This was a Detroit story. They kept telling us about Stafford's story, and it's Stafford's this and that. This was Detroit's story. This was the Detroit Lions fans' story. This was, and I'm not knocking him. I love a lot of Eminem's music, right? But I swear he got a contract this week because all of a sudden he just showed up on everything, and then of course they didn't cut away. Yeah. I don't like the manufactured stuff, right? And what I really wish they'd have done is go around and to the local bars, local establishments, bowling alleys, and talk to people around Detroit and got the story from there, because that's who this is about. And that's what this is about. This is a story about Detroit, the fans of Detroit, what the city's been through, what the people have been through with the NFL, the officiating that we saw today has been in Dallas and how many games prior. We see this. This is an uphill battle that nothing but grit was going to beat and get us to this point. And Dan Campbell brought that in and got us there. And Tori Hanzo, NFL marketing is getting too fake. This was a real story about the city and the people, and it didn't get told. And that kind of bums me out because it was the right opportunity. We got the outcome we wanted, but stay strong. One day, Detroit and the Detroit Lions fans will get the love that they deserve. Bam.
Yep.
All right.
I agree with that completely. The one thing I'll say, I don't hate the well-produced manufactured stuff. Like the right before the game, they put out like a hype video that was fucking insane. You know what I mean? Like literally made all of the hair on my arms raise up with Eminem involved. You know what I mean? But I hate, like you said, like that's great. The fake down to earth stuff that came before that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the very obviously scripted. Like he's not a good enough actor to do that shit and look like he's going off the cuff. You know what I mean? Like he's not Matthew McConaughey, where every super polished word comes out of his mouth like it's made up on the spot,
convincingly.
You know? Yeah.
I'm ready to buy a Lincoln when McConaughey's on there with Eminem. I'm like,
100%.
I'm not sure I want to play the spaghetti, to be honest.
Nope, it's 100%, man.
Let's get Dan Campbell in here.
I love Eminem. Like there were.
I thought Jack Fox was unbelievable. You know, defensively, we kept them out of the red zone, which was huge. It's an explosive offense. We knew Stafford was going to be hard to contain. Thought Puka, he's a heck of a receiver. And that defense, man, they were flying around. Aaron Donald, he's an issue no matter how many resources that you try to put his way. So, but ultimately, man, we did what we had to do to win that game and played it the right way. And in the critical moment, seal the game. We put it in Goff's hands. He gets it to Saint, and we're able to kneel on it. So it's an outstanding job. Yeah, just thought he played top-notch football. You know, he probably had 2 errors, and everything else was. I thought he was on point. He looked loose. He looked relaxed. I thought he threw the ball with conviction. Was strong in the pocket, got us in the right play, and he felt that way all week. He just was locked in all week, you know, and he's really been that way for 6 weeks now, like where you really felt like, whew, he's really honed in here. So just really proud of him, you know, and what he means to us and his play today. And I bring it back again. He's one of the reasons that we won this division, and he's another reason why we just won our first playoff game here in 30 years. So what a stud.
You're a stud too, Danny boy.
I guess the emotional toll this matchup could have for him. He downplayed it as well, but I mean, the crowd was chanting his name from the start. We haven't heard that.
Do you think he liked that?
I'm sure he did. I mean, just
Would you like that?
No. To play.
I like that.
I'm getting reminded of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Environment. How impressive is that?
Yeah, I mean, I expect that out of him. I mean, look, he's played plenty of football, and he's been in all different types of environments. And I think, if anything, it probably felt a little special when you hear it every once in a while. I wouldn't think that would make him tight or, you know, if anything, probably gave him a little boost. But he just – listen, man, he's steady, he's reliable, he makes plays when you need him, and the guys love him. They respect him, and he's a leader. Hold on. Go ahead, Wojo. He had started. Sorry, Dave. I know I'm looking at you, and then I look back.
I know it just happened that way at the end, but did you
I'm holding my heart too, Danny.
at some point to have the ball in his hand at the end you were going to throw?
Well, no, that wasn't like I didn't go in saying, all right, at the very end of this game, even if we should run it, we're going to just put it in his hand. But it was there. That was the moment where we need to seal this game, and we felt like the right thing to do was put it in his hands and get it to our best player, and we did that, man. Those guys executed, and he just ran in my office, man. We were hugging and laughing and enjoying it, and talked about that last play. And I said, how many times have we done that over a 2-year period here? And a ton. And he's made the same play, and he did it again. And so a lot of trust in him, a lot of trust in our line, the backs, and certainly those receivers, St. Brown in that case, to make the play.
And you've been a part of a lot of playoff games. What about this environment? And
Man,
the Rams had to burn 2 timeouts, I guess.
That is arguably the best environment I've ever been in. That was absolutely electric. And I think what's crazy is I was coming down for pregame warm-up, and you could just feel it. It was humming. the building was humming, and I swear you could feel the electricity down the tunnel from where I was coming down, and it only just grew from there. So, man, our fans showed up in a big way. That was clearly, and I thought, man, for 2 years now, that building's been rocking. It was different today. That was a whole nother level, which is what the playoffs are all about. So our fans showed up in a big way. They helped us win this game.
Obviously, next game up, you're not going to take too long to, bask in the glory.
But you don't know that.
As you do, how long will you take? I mean, just they talked to you a little bit about the emotional side of it a little bit. But, man, the first time in 30-plus years, you understand, you're part of the 0-16 team. We talked to you about it before. To actually do it and accomplish it, what was those feelings and emotions like as the final seconds went by?
I guess in that moment, I don't think of it like that. And I don't even know if I'm really going to understand all of it until I have time to just sit back, season's truly over, and look back on it. Because I guess I'm just kind of, man, believe me, I'm so thrilled. I'm excited. We got our first playoff win. And I'm happy for those coaches and those players we're all a part of it. To be able to do something that's greater than yourself, it takes everybody around you doing their job, doing it on a high level. And you got to be able to trust them. It's special. It's different than anything, man. And it's why you do what we do. It's not the money. It means it too. It's about the competition. It's about the camaraderie and to be the best of the best collectively. So I know this. We were fighting for the 2 seed and to get another home game, and we got another home game. So it's awesome. And we had to earn that, and we earned that with a win today.
What about your defense? 3 stops in the red zone.
Yeah.
9 and 6-yard line. In a 1-point game, you guys refused to do the red zone. They were over 3.
That was the difference. That was the difference. And we wanted to be disruptive today. We were going to be aggressive. It wasn't perfect, but at the end of the day, we knew we had to limit points, keep them out of the end zone. We did that. We talked about it at halftime. We needed to stop. We needed to get our special teams involved. I mean, we really weren't even involved. They hadn't punted yet. And sure enough, our defense comes out. We get the stop. First possession out of halftime. And now, our special teams helps us out. There again, Jack Fox was big on the offensive side when we had to punt. But and then those guys kept them out. They kept them out. And limited them to 3 points. And there again, it wasn't perfect, but we did what we had to do against that opponent, And it was another example of, man, we came out hot on offense. And then, second half, we were kind of back and forth with the defense, man. They pulled their weight. And so we played complementary football. We needed all 3 phases to win this game, and that's what the playoffs are about. You do whatever you have to do to beat the opponent that you're up against. Certainly got a lot of respect for Coach McVay and what they've done over there. It's a heck of a season they've had, and that's a tough team, man. We knew it was going to come down to the wire, but we did enough to win that game.
To build up Tim's question just a little bit there, specifically the defense, the breakups or the tight coverage of CJ in the end zone, followed by Cam on that third down.
Yeah, those are big.
The secondary was struggling much today to come up with those big one-on-one plays. How big was that for you?
It was huge, and it goes back to, as long as we're back there fighting and scratching and clawing and competing, that's all that matters. That really is. And yeah, we got hit on a couple of things, but I think that's what you get encouraged with. That, man, they don't go in the tank, they don't crawl in a shell, they go back and just keep fighting. And Cam came up with a big play for us. That was huge. Got him back out of field goal range, forced the punt. And Ducey, you don't have to worry about his confidence. He's always going to come back and fight. So there again, ultimately, we did what we needed to do. And I was proud of AG for not. We made a couple of adjustments that I thought were crucial. We ran a little more match coverage, but we kept dialing up pressure too. And we're not going to be something that we're not. We're going to do what we feel like's best to let our guys cut it loose and go make plays.
You said 2 more questions.
You said Goff has really been locked in within the last 6 weeks.
Look, he's been locked in all year. The only reason I bring that up is just I just feel like it's been at another level over the last probably 6 weeks. And believe me, we won a lot of games before that 6 weeks. I mean, it was why we're where we're at. We banked a lot of wins. But anyway, keep going.
What did you see in him
No, I think it's just the way he goes about his business, and you feel like when you see him in walkthroughs and he's in the huddle and his command of the plays that we're getting ready to run and his detail to what he wants the receivers, the O-line, or where the protection's going or what he's going to do with it, interaction with Ben Johnson. There's just these little things that I feel like are big, and it's kind of an indicator of where he's at. And I really feel like he's just getting better and better and better, honestly. I mean, I think he's playing his best football at the right time this year. And he's taken great care of it. I thought he played fast and efficient today, got rid of it early with critical throws down the field or back to the backs in a check down or, check down out into the flat and let those guys make plays. And, man, that's – you do that, you're seeing the field and you're seeing it fast. He's really been that way for a while now.
Last one, Dave, what did Sam go through to get on the field this week? I think the first play behind him, he was one of the blockers out there. So just his effort and whatever he had to battle.
He did a ton. And it's a credit to Fish and those guys, Sundin, or, trainers and all those guys to get him back. And it was honestly, it was kind of 24-hour care there. And, I don't know all the voodoo magic they did to him. I can't explain all of it, but it was critical in just getting the swelling out and getting it to where it felt better and to where he trusted it, and really I felt like Wednesday, you just want to make sure that he feels comfortable. And you could tell by Wednesday he was, all right, I can do this. And it just got better and better every day. So credit to all those guys, and certainly Sam. I mean, he's tough. He's tough, and he wasn't going to let it hold him down. And, we put in some things to really spread the ball around, to our other guys because we didn't know if we would have him entirely. But we knew we needed him in the run game, and he showed up and helped us today.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll have Aiden and
All right.
here.
All right, there we go. God, I love Dan Campbell, man. He is.
When it comes to the soothing light at the end of your tunnel, it's just a freight train coming your way.
I love him.
Yep.
I love him.
Me too, man. Like, could not have a coach I love more doing the thing that we want him to do.
Yes.
Yes.
Like,
I'm never going to be like, man, F Dan Campbell. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, everyone gets fired eventually. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the nature of the league. But I don't think at the point where that eventuality occurs, I will have any bitter hatred towards this man. You know what I mean? I'll be like, well, that ran its course. That sucks.
Yeah. Shout out to Badgley. He was ready for this moment 100%. And thank you very much there, Nick, for that super chat. Yeah. Badgley, he stepped up and he killed it.
Yep.
Don't forget the fans caused the Rams to take the 2 timeouts, which was huge. I've got somebody on the line here. I think, is this Frosty?
Hey, it's me, Frosty.
Hey, how you doing, bud? You're on.
All right.
How you doing? I know you were dying to get on. You've been on for he's in the Slack. That's how he got in touch with me here, that I knew it would be him. He's been on for 1 million losing games. He's been cooking, grilling all day, drinking, putting it together. Frosty, How are you right now, brother?
Hey, man. Oh, my God. Brother, I can't even tell you how many drinks I've had today. And you know what? Let me tell all of y'all here in Lions Nation, I have been doing 2 things. One, I have been buzzing with Lions energy all day. I have been nothing but either worried or supremely confident. All right. It's been either or all day. And around noon, I started drinking. So that's all right. I just want to do it. Oh, my God. I can't even tell you. All right. Couple of things. One, last time the Lions won this game, right? Playoffs, right? At home. My brother wasn't even born. All right. I was 4 goddamn years old. All right. 4 goddamn years old. All right,
Is
my
this,
dad
is this
right
what
now
post-nut
is
clarity
opening
feels
up.
like?
Oh my God! Oh, my dad's opening up the old photo book, looking for tiny pictures of me, just to see the last time the Lions got this successful. Yeah, yeah. All right, okay. Couple of things I wanted to address. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm just so hype. I'm also so drunk. I can't even.
Bro, you got nothing to be sorry for here.
You are the
You're good,
embodiment
man.
of Lions fandom right now. We wanted to get some. This
Yep.
is what I'm talking about. This is
I'm
the Detroit
so
story.
happy
This is
to
the
just
Lions
get
story.
you
Okay,
here.
buddy.
I'm so happy to call in and finally get my voice on. Geez. One thing I wanted to address is that Ash, my brother, my man, is that I
brother
get
in
you.
Christ.
Something that you said earlier about like almost giving up back in 2013. Honestly, that was me almost a year ago. You know, I felt like, man, the hope is up. You know, we've been doing so many good things, and how many times have we heard this story before? We're doing all the right things. We're getting all the right people. We're doing all the right coaching and plays and getting the right people, and just everything is going the way we want it to. And, oh, no, we lost here, and that's okay. That was all part of the plan. And I didn't know if me personally, I don't know if I could take another year of that. You know, it's just, it's, you know, I'm the Kool-Aid extraordinaire, and man, you
Frosty,
know, it's tough to do this year over year.
I'll tell you something, and this is I said this to a very select few people quietly, but
I know exactly what he's going to say.
Yep. When Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes took over, and I could see what they were doing. And I totally, finally believed in the leadership team and what they were doing. And people heard me talk about it and didn't get it. And like the whole golf thing, the sports psychology side of it, like they didn't get it. But I was like, if this doesn't work, if these guys don't do it, I don't know that I can keep doing the show. I don't know that I can keep going with another regime. I can't hit the reset button. I think they spent me. Bro, I've been fueled up. For another. I could go through 3 petitions if I had to.
Right.
But you
don't. There's just so many times that your host can go up and down before you start wondering, man, am I just wasting my time? But they fucking did it.
Yep.
They fucking did it. And you know what? Here's me, Kool-Aid extraordinaire, the guy in the chat every goddamn year saying, I believe. And I was right.
Oh, man.
I was right.
On a long enough timeline, everything will be true.
That's right. And also, I want to just take a few seconds, personal shout out to my own brother. Happy birthday to him tomorrow. And you know what? He wasn't even a year old the last time the Lions did this shit. My man.
lot of chat about my 3 Patricias comment. Just so you know, when I said I could go through 3 Patricias, I'm talking about thickness. I'm not talking about timelines. Running through brick walls and stuff.
Testing how sharp it is. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to take up too much of y'all guys this time. I just wanted to say that I am super fucking trashed. And also, this is the greatest goddamn game of my personal life and possibly my dad's life because it's been so long. Just one thing I wanted to say is something, you know, just kind of football related. I kind of felt that we stopped attacking the middle a bit in the second half there. You know, great that the defense pulled it out. Loved that. But other than that, go Lions. Fuck the Cowboys so goddamn much.
Oh, wait, I got to go, Frosty. We got ourselves, I can't forget what I need. We got ourselves.
Love you, Frosty.
Jared Goff.
Thanks for calling.
Give us, say something nice as a goodbye, okay?
I love all of y'all, and I will keep supporting this show. And hey, go Lions! We're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, baby. All right, we'll talk to you, Frosty. All right, we'll get more calls on here very shortly. Let me get to Jared Goff.
No, it made me feel pretty good. It was exciting. I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that, but yeah, man, I love these guys.
Love you too, Jared.
For you to feel like this was your home, I don't know if there's any doubt in the last 2 years now, but did this almost cement that this is going to be a part of your life forever, this place?
Yeah, I hope so. This place is special to me, and like I just said, these people are special. That's the best home atmosphere I've ever played in front of, and I expect next week to be, on top of that or second. And it's a special place to play, and I've only been here for 3 years, but to see us come from where we were to where we are now, and the fans endure some of that. It's special to be able to get this W for them and for this group in our locker room.
Thank you, Phil.
Can you talk about what this week was like for you?
What? I'm sorry?
What this past week was like for
Yeah,
you?
it was fine. Like I said earlier in the week, it was kind of tracking for this matchup for a while, so I kind of had some time to, get ready for the fanfare that would be, and I just kept going back to what this game was about, and it was about us. It was not about them. It was not about me. It was not about my history there. It wasn't about anyone on their team or any coaches. It was about us. It was about the 53 in this locker room, our coaches, and this organization getting a playoff win in front of our home crowd.
Your offensive line, you give credit constantly, but it felt like you were at a different level of pocket today in terms of width and time to really see the field.
Yeah.
How critical was the blocking to your day and the offense's day?
Yeah, they were on their game today, and that's not a no slouch D line over there. And anytime 99's on the other side, you got to be on your game, and they were today, man. They were great and came to play and came to win.
When you took that first knee, you threw your arms up. Can you just explain what you feel? Whatever's going through the emotions that are running through.
Yeah, it was. It was surreal. It was something that you kind of imagined for so long. From the moment I got here, you imagine getting that playoff win and having this type of atmosphere in front of our home crowd, and being able to sit on the ball like that and finish it out. And it kind of all hit me there. And to be honest with you, I didn't know it was over once we got the first down and until they sent in the personnel, and it kind of all hit me at once. But kind of had to subdue a lot of emotions this week, and was able to kind of enjoy that moment.
Jared, you met with Tyler after Tyler beat out.
Yeah.
What were those emotions? Do you still feel a connection to that team a little bit?
Of course, he's one of my best friends, and him sustaining the injury he did is hard. It's hard for me to sit on the sidelines and watch that, and I know he'll be just fine. I don't know what he's gonna end up doing, but he'll be just fine, and I love him.
Can you walk us through completion to St. Brown? Cash you probably thrown a million times.
Yep.
But when you had the ball then and that was unfolding, did it feel differently? Did you feel the moment?
No, it was like every other rep we've had of that play 100 million times. It was him one-on-one with the nickel and go win. And it was pitch and catch, and that dude's as good as it gets, and I was able to put it on him. And again, I wish I kind of knew that would have sealed the game, and then I would have been able to really enjoy that moment. But was excited we got the first down. Then I realized the game was over.
Did you find yourself at all rooting for Green Bay, just given
No.
the ramifications of bringing a second home game here?
Oh, sure, yeah. I wasn't really. I had no preference there. If we had to go to Dallas, great. Now we get a home game, even better. But yeah, once they got out to that early lead, you're like, all right, we win this game, we get another one at home, and we're excited.
Couple more guys.
Field is very
Yep.
You've been on the field, all those fans still stayed there. And that might have been the loudest ovation you got any place. It wasn't even full.
Yeah.
Full. Can you just talk about the fact that they were all still waiting there for you?
Yeah, they're amazing, man. They're amazing. I'm very fortunate to be playing for these people here and to be playing for this city and this organization, and to be able to enjoy special moments like that. I don't take it for granted. And things happen in weird ways, and it's been a 3-year road to get to this point to enjoy that moment, and it was a sweet one. But with that being said, we've got some more games we want to win now.
You've been known for your toughness your entire career, but kind of appreciation, admiration do you have for what Sam went through this week to get out there for you guys?
Yeah, a ton. That dude's a stud. I told him that all week, and he battled. I don't know if people quite know how badly he was hurting throughout the week, and to get himself ready to go for that game takes a lot of guts, takes a lot of strength and courage, and he helped us today. He really did, and he's a hell of a player.
Did you have a chance after the game to exchange any thoughts with
Yeah, I told him after the game how much respect I got for him and how great of a player he is. And yeah, he's a hell of a player. He's one of my favorites to watch around the league. And yeah, got a hell of a lot of respect for him.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, there you go. Man, I'm so happy for Jared Goff, and I don't know why my heart should be so warm for I just saw a thing about all the stuff he owns and the millions of dollars that hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well, he's loaded.
Money
doesn't buy happiness.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. One of the things I heard is the toughest day you go through is your toughest day, no matter who you are, no matter if you're broke or you're the richest guy in the world. To you, it's your toughest day. And this guy, you put yourself out there like these guys do out in the public space, and the stuff that people say. And I just tell you, before the game, it really hit me right in the heart bone. The chant of Jared Goff that went through the stadium. That was
watching
special.
that
was special.
I was like, that seems like BS PR stuff. And then one of our guys in the Slack put his recording of that chant happening, and it was every bit as loud as the PR one. And I was like, okay, I'm feeling this. This is going to be a great day, That was something. This is great. Absolutely fantastic. All right, tell you what we're going to do another time. Don't update my shit right now. What we're going to do is we're going to open up the lines. We're going to take your calls. We're going to listen to what you think of the Detroit Lions and their first playoff victory since 1991. I don't have to say that anymore. Woo! Nope.
God. The BS Hulk call before the half. Yeah, that was garbage. I don't know how the hell they get easily objective things wrong turn objective into subjective. It's just bullshit, and it always leans against the Lions
because good teams win anyway, and this is a good team.
You're damn right. Good teams get calls, and soon we'll start getting those calls, but it takes them.
We did get one at the end. We did get one at the end. That was defensive pass interference, and it was not called, and we won the game. Everything is awesome.
That's right. Hey, caller, what's your name and how you feeling today after that playoff victory?
Hey, it's John in Charlotte. Holy shit, I'm feeling outstanding. You didn't ask, but I've had, almost as many as Frosty, let's guess, somewhere in the ballpark.
That's awesome. Adam Dykstra says, Jerry Jones is loaded. I'm not. I'm having a better day than he is today. Nails it. All right. What do you got for us, man? I mean, it's great. Let me tell you, it's great to have you on the line after a beautiful victory by the Detroit Lions.
It is. I haven't called in quite a while, and I don't have much to say because you said it all. I mean, the most important things to me were, one, the fans won the game. They stole 2 timeouts that won us the game. That was huge. Hutch won us the game. He drew the 10-yard penalty to knock him out of field goal range, and then he forced the incompletion. Like, I didn't think the defense was going to win us this game. And, I mean, they gave up a bunch of stupid 50-yard touchdowns, but when they actually had a red zone to work, they did their job and they won us the game at the end. So I did not see that coming. I thought this was going to hit the over, and it didn't, and I'm shocked.
The first half was the offense's half.
Yeah.
The second half was the defense's half.
Exactly.
Unexpected.
Very, very unexpected. But you still had all the stars show up. Amon-Ra, just like so many times did he come through, and we just needed that first down like he always does.
Yeah.
And you love to see that. And the offensive line, the run game kind of struggled in the second half, but they did really good the whole game, giving Goff all that time. Like, everything that you thought was going to be what needed to happen to win this game was kind of exactly what happened, and won by 1 point, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
But like you said, the biggest thing, the fans in that stadium, oh my goodness. What a day for them. I would have loved to be there. And I'm really thinking about buying a ticket. I'm down here in Charlotte. I'm really thinking about spending way too much money to go see one next Sunday, right?
Yeah. Oh man.
But I love what you guys do. You guys nail it every time. Get some more calls on here to celebrate. I had to call in. I've been a Slack member since, I don't know, you had like 30 guys in here when I first joined. It's still Makes me happy to be in there with you guys, and I enjoy everything you do. Go Lions.
Appreciate you, brother. Be well, okay?
Take care.
60% of the time, we get it right every time.
We got Riz, can't call in, buried in blissful work, but I cried uncontrollably for like 15 minutes after that. Unreal feeling to finally win. Riz, heart with you, brother. You know, we'll hug it out here shortly. Oh, this bourbon is great, by the way, Riz. When I bring you your bottle, it's in your bowl. You're gonna freaking love it. But incredible win as a Lions fan. It's there was a real just moment that it took to recompose myself after the game, and just being able to talk to my family, because my boy's away, right? For all of us to have a quick FaceTime together, it was special in that moment. So, hey, caller, what's your name? How are you celebrating a Detroit Lions victory?
Just like I said, I would be right here with Chris, with Ash Thompson. It's Riley O'Brien, fellas.
Riley, how you doing, man?
I'm so happy. I'm so good. I'm so good, you guys.
This is hey, Riley, I gotta tell you just really quick, if you get a chance, go to carefree-bourbon.com and check out their bourbon. It is fantastic stuff. They sent us a couple bottles just because they're fans of the show, and this is like, normally I'm not like a straight liquor drinker. I need a mixer. This stuff is fantastic. I know it's
brown liquor in a cup, man. That's the way.
No, that's the problem. That was like under the football bleachers, big bottles of brown liquor, and too much of it, and then them departing quickly. I've had a hard time with it ever since. Like, whatever. This is nice. This is really smooth. This is good stuff. Carefree. Damn it, I got to get it right. I'll get it in a second. Check out. Anyway, sorry, Riley, go ahead. I had to mention them because they sent us this, and it's really, really good stuff. Sorry, Riley. Go ahead.
Of course. Yeah, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to say Detroit Lions podcast sent me. Listen, I just
Carefree
my buddy
Spirits.
Jack.
That's it. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. My buddy Jack Rumsey just dropped me off. He doesn't have a favorite NFL team, but I think I said this last time I called in. He's been coming over just being a buddy from the season opener against Kansas City. He's been over for most games. This has been the best season of my life. And that a lot of that is you guys, my drive to work every morning is listening to the Ash, listening to you guys. All of you guys are so damn good. I'm probably over praising you guys because that's all I say is how much I love you guys, but you're damn good. I love you guys.
Ash can't get enough. I'm like, I get super uncomfortable. I talk a great game, but I'm not like. So just,
dude, in person, I want to crawl out of my skin whenever anyone says they like the show. I'm like, but on here, hey, thanks, man. We deserve it. We are awesome.
And Riley, you were fantastic. Riley's the one that helped us get Scott Mitchell on and talk with him, which was, look, I understand people don't like him for whatever reason, but it's one of those things. I talk about it with Blandino as well. It's a thing where it's more information is better. The more information you get, the better off you're going to be, and the better kind of thinking and decisions you'll be able to make. So that's that. But I got to shout out.
Pause the show for a moment and mention something quickly.
Okay, wait, hold on, Riley. Hold on. We got 2 mentions really quick. Go ahead, Ash. You do yours.
Okay. There's a tweet out right now that shows Jahmyr Gibbs' girlfriend, and everyone needs to go look at that.
Can you put it in the Slack?
She's a good looking lady.
Yeah. Oh no, I have a picture of her. She was like, I was standing next to her and him on the sidelines in Tampa. Yeah, very very.
That must have been uncomfortable for you.
Well, standing was, yes.
That's all. Yeah.
Okay, the one I have, Christopher Kraft, really, really quick. Thank you for the super chat. Really interesting story. My dad served 32 years in the Navy. I'm in the Army, and I've never lived in Michigan, but grew up a Lions fan. Watching the game today with my dad was so amazing. I was 4 when they won their last. Congrats to you and your dad. Thank you for putting it out there for your country that you love, our country, and thank you for your service. But I am glad you got to spend that together, because it really is it's family. Football's family, but this is a Detroit story. I'll say it over and over and over again. This is Detroit story. Oh wait, we got Aiden Hutchinson. Hold on, Riley. There's so much going on. We can't stop.
Just gotta convert a little faster, but for the most part, I thought We were doing a pretty good job.
Would you take away Williams? What he's such a big part of what they do. So, he still averaged a little over 4 yards carry, but to take them out of that rhythm, how important was that to the game plan today?
It was huge. It was huge. I don't know why they left the run a little bit. I mean, felt like they left the run a little bit in the second half. I mean, they got some big explosives in the first half, so maybe that's why. But I'm not really sure.
How are you guys so good in the red zone today? 0 for 3, they were in a 1-point game. That's essentially the difference. Just what was it about inside the 20? What were you guys doing down there around the 10 that were you able to just get you off the field and save you 4 points?
We put an emphasis on our red zone and kind of in the middle of the season when we kind of maybe a little later in the season when we realized it wasn't really up to par, and it's kind of hard to describe how you change a red zone defense, but I think it was more of a mentality shift, and now we just got to stop the self-inflicted wounds. Those big explosives, they kill you in these big games.
You know, side of the ball, but just this team's confident in Jared Goff. Earlier this week, man, you guys know he had a big opponent going in. St. Brown did say he was trying to be one of the guys that win for him, but just this team's confidence in your quarterback going to this game, how was it?
Yeah, we knew Jared had a lot on his plate this week, just with all the media and all the hype and all of this and that, and I thought he handled it with a lot of grace, and he handled it like just a true professional, and it shows the kind of guy he is, and he played his ass off today, and I think he showed Detroit, he showed Detroit what he's made of.
What do you take from an experience like this, though? I mean, first playoff game, you're going against one of the franchise greats, Matthew Stafford. You grew up watching, man. Just what do you take from this personally in your career, this experience, and getting this playoff victory back?
Yeah, it's really weird. A lot of these big moments come, and you kind of go through them, and you don't really look back right now, but this is one of these moments that I'll look back after the season. You kind of just you let it simmer, and you let it just you really get that true emotion, I feel like, after the fact when you look back at things.
You had five quarterback hits, I think, a couple sacks. The penalty that you drew at the end, I think that was you on the holding call. Can you just describe that pass rush and how important that play was, set them back?
Yeah, I was going for the strip sack, but I just missed it. I think I could have gotten it though, but that would have probably closed the game out. So I think next time I gotta get that ball out.
But to get the penalty, back them up.
Yeah, that was big. It's big, and I'm happy I got a holding call.
Now 7 sacks. I think the last 3 games for you, just you're on quite the roll. What is it there? Just feeling it? Can you describe it?
I don't know. I feel like I told you guys, I heat up late in the season, and it's playoff time, and I've been waiting for my opportunity in the playoffs, and just want to make the most of it every out I get.
The crowd, just the word about how electric that atmosphere was out there. I mean, our ears were still ringing a little bit. What was it like playing from that?
It was wild. It was wild. The fans came out. It's probably maybe one of the loudest stadiums I've been in, and I mean, that first half and the end of the game, it was crazy, man. Detroit, they ate all this up.
You the last guy in the defensive room to catch the cold?
Say it again?
You the last guy in the defensive line room to catch the cold?
Yeah, I woke up yesterday with a little something, and endurance was cut a little bit today, but yeah, we'll be good in a couple days.
What do you do to push through something like that? I mean, is there any
I just told Romeo, be ready. Every 3 or 4 plays I might need a sub, but no, this moment is way bigger than anything.
I see the message on the
last one, Eric.
I see the message on the water bottle, man. What's that about? Anybody?
Yeah. This is my boy Connor. He's got cerebral palsy, and he's always sending me videos. I feel like he sends these videos claiming that Aiden, you're gonna get 3 sacks today, and I've always been getting them recently, so I feel like he's my good luck charm, and yeah, he's great.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Really sweet. Oh man, fans. Back at you again. Riley, are you still there, brother?
I'm here. Yeah.
All right. How did it feel to be on with Ash and I and Aiden at the same time?
I felt like I belonged.
100%, because you do.
No. Yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate it. I didn't know he was sick. But I was talking with the guys, and the other buddy that I was watching with, his name's Caleb. He's actually from Detroit, moved out here to Utah. He and I met selling RVs together, and so he's still out here. So we've been linking up for these games. And but we said after the game, we didn't really feel like it was just bend but don't break all game long. And we won the game without making a huge defensive play. So that gives me confidence. It's amazing we get another game at Ford Field next week, and Tampa or Philly, it doesn't matter. Bring them. But I feel confident we can beat either of these teams.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, for the calm factor, I want Tampa. For the stick it all the way in, because I work with a bunch of people from their factor, I want Philly.
What about you, Ash?
I just want the matchup, man. Well, we already beat the Bucks, and it's hard to beat a team 2 times, I guess. So in that way, I guess maybe Philly would be good, and it kind of depends on Hurts's hand and AJ Brown's health too. Is the other thing. If they could get up by 35 and then have some catastrophic injuries, that'd be great. Then it'd be all for Philly.
Oh my God.
But short of that,
we'll take it.
If the two teams are relatively similar health wise, I'll take the Bucks all day.
There you go. Hey Riley,
Absolutely.
We're gonna blast into some other calls, my man. Okay.
Hey, love you guys. Thank you so much.
Love you too, brother. Appreciate you. All right, we'll talk to you. All right, go Lions. Let's get another call in here really quick. Hey, caller, what's your name? What's it feel like to be a playoff winner after this beautiful game tonight?
Gentlemen, this is Nick from New York. Thank you for having me on.
Of course. Nick from New York.
Good to have you.
It feels incredible. A lot of emotions going through, my mind right now. I think back to, back in 2000. When was it that they drafted Stafford? 2009.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, so I think back to that game against Washington when they finally broke their losing streak. Dan Miller actually called it when they brought down Jason. I think Jason Campbell was the quarterback at the time. I was listening to the game in my garage because they didn't sell enough tickets to actually broadcast it on live television.
Yeah,
and that was a painful memory and a painful year. But to go from there to where we are today is such a cool feeling, and to stick it out with the team and with the franchise this whole time. And in a lot of ways, I feel like it took a Matt Millen and a Quinn Trisha to get the current regime in place. But I just think it's awesome for the fans. It's awesome for the city, awesome for the team. And I just couldn't be happier. Just 2 other things, and I'll let some other callers, dial in here. Goff putting the ball in his hands to ice the game. I've seen him do that so many times in big moments since he's been here, including the Green Bay game last year, which also was a very, very great feeling as a Lions fan, even though we didn't make the playoffs. That was so cool. And I just think you have to have a ton of respect for that guy, because in these big moments, he is just so cool. You can't even tell that it's a high pressure situation. And those are moments that, frankly, Stafford in the past had struggled with. So I just thought, that was, yeah, right. And then the last thing, I feel like now that the game is over, I can finally talk about Stafford.
Who is the second best quarterback after Jared Goff? But go ahead.
Absolutely. Listen, Jared Goff's my guy. He did something no one's been able to do in 30 plus years here. But damn, Stafford is one tough SOB.
Mm-hmm.
Legitimately saw the guy get knocked out on the field gashed open his hand and his throwing hand, and came back in. And maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but part of me thinks that he got all that toughness from Detroit. Right? He's still a son to Detroit, and I don't think he brings that same mentality had he been drafted by any other franchise. So, anyways, Godspeed to the Lions. The path is pretty clear from here. It's an awesome victory. Thank you guys for doing what you do. I'd be remiss to also leave out just saying that I really respect all the work you guys do with St. Jude.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. That's we say it. That's our quiet mission in the background, is to launder as much of other people's money into St. Jude's pockets as we can. But we do generally appreciate everyone who helps out with it. That's it's a big deal.
Quiet about it.
It's pretty blatant, but it's acceptable.
Exactly.
Awesome.
It's for a good cause. It's for the children.
But thank you guys. Go Lions. Let's go. I don't care who we have next week. Monkeys off the back.
Yeah.
Let's go get it.
It's easy now, brother. Thank you. Appreciate your call, man.
Yep. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
See ya. Go Lions. All right. Let's get another one in here really quick. All right. See. Okay. If you're a caller, you might want to turn down the noise in the background. There we go. Hey, caller, what's your name? And how's it feel to be a Lions?
My name is Jack.
Jack, turn it down in the background a little bit, okay?
All right, just a minute. My name is Jack. Just a minute.
Okay. Got you, Jack.
Okay.
All right. How you doing, man?
All right.
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome.
Yeah. How long have you been a Lions fan?
I'm 61 years old, and I've been a Lions fan probably since I've been 6 years old.
So
I watched the game when they beat Dallas in 1991. I also watched the game when they lost to Washington.
Yeah, that one sucked.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. That was less fun.
I did not expect that kind of a freaking ass kicking.
No, I did not. Matter of fact, I am in Union City, Michigan. I don't know if you know where that's at.
Yes.
It's in between Battle Creek and Coldwater. Anyway, yes. And I used when that game was on, I actually worked at down in Fremont, Indiana, at Amcast. We made aluminum wheels for GM, and the guy that I was working with, he bet me on the Washington game for $20, and I said, I'll take that bet. Well, you knew what happened. I lost that bet, but anyway. Yesterday on one of the podcasts, the guy only did it one time with this guy, and they had the Maddens, John Madden game.
Mm-hmm.
And can you believe it? That game ended up being just exactly what the score was for tonight's game.
That's crazy.
That is
24-23.
Well, hey, tell you what, man, I appreciate it. Let's celebrate a little bit. I have to get a couple more callers on the lines are going nuts right now. We will celebrate with you. Raise a glass, my friend, and celebrate these Detroit Lions and their first playoff victory since 1991. I have a sense there's more coming right behind it.
Oh, I do too. I personally believe they're going to go to the Super Bowl and win.
Put $20 on it. Wait, no, don't. All right, we'll see you, my man.
All right.
Have a good one. All right, we'll get into our next caller here. Hey, caller, what's your name? How does it feel to be a playoff game winner?
Hey, this is Jedi John Fred from the Slack, and I feel freaking amazing.
I feel like everybody's just in the Slack now.
Listen, I've been in the Slack a couple of years, and anybody who's not in the Slack, just jump in. It's $5. What are you doing? Come on. Forget about it. And while you're at it, like and subscribe right freaking now.
Yeah, there
we go. See,
There you
works.
go. I like how
Holy
you
crap.
do that. We gotta get you in
Hey,
here
listen,
for a
you guys. I enjoy the podcast immensely. I'm way out here in Eugene, Oregon. We got an ice storm, which never happens for us. Power is shutting down. We almost lost power during the Lions game, first playoff game in 30 freaking years. I'm 53, and I was around for the last one, and I'm definitely here for this one, and I'm definitely here for next week. Let's do this.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I have a generator in my garage, and I definitely had my router and my computer
to borrow
prepped.
Listen, actually, I'll be making my first trip down to Florida for Valentine's Day. I'm super psyched. We're flying into Miami and heading down to the Keys.
Oh, nice.
And it will be, if the Lions are in the Super Bowl, dare I say, I'll be watching it from the Florida Keys. That's crazy.
That's the second best place to be.
Bad location.
Hey, listen, I just wanted to jump on real quick and just tell you guys, Ash, I love the daily stuff, man. You're crushing it. And Chris, you and Riz and, man, all the guys, just absolutely love it. Shout out to Dr. Liao for bringing it this year, too.
Yeah.
Just love it, guys. Great stuff. I'll let you go. I have had a few drinks and a great big THC gummy, which is kicking in, which is probably why I'm so damn chatty right now. But love you guys. Keep up the good work, and let's fucking go Lions.
Got you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the Slack. Thank you for calling in, brother.
Yep. Take it easy, guys.
Right.
Love you both.
We'll see you.
Bye.
All right.
I don't take it if it's hard.
All right. Got this. Got some stuff going on. Okay. Got that. All right. We got a new call coming in. Remember, callers, when you call in, make sure to turn everything down in the background because it's always delayed and comes in and sounds really funky. For the folks in the chat, YouTube resets this thing every time. I apologize. I turned those ads off. You should not have been getting them. Sorry, my bad. Hey, caller, what's your name and how much have you had to drink so far?
I am Zachary White, and I've had quite a bit to drink. All I've got to say is this. I appreciate you guys. My dad loves watching you. I watch y'all here and there. And, well, the offense did pretty damn good in the first half of this last game. And defense did amazing in the second half. So, I mean, and also here's this. Is this pretty much all I got to say is my grandpa died. He died in 2019, and he was a Lions fan till the day he died. And well, when Lions go to the Super Bowl, all I got to say is here's to Arthur White first. I love you guys.
All right, you too, brother. Thank you. All right,
Yeah, man.
thank you, man. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for calling in.
Yep, no problem.
We'll see you.
Tell your dad we said hi.
That was so much nicer than. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink?
Hey, my name's Julian. I've been in a Lions bar all night. I've had about maybe 15 beers.
Good for you.
And I have been wanting to talk with Chris and say hi to Ash for months.
I gotta say, like, I appreciate that. I'm glad to talk to you. There's a lot of talk about Ash's show and on the Daily and Doc Liao, both of which I mean are fantastic ads. Really love what they do, and I just wanted to very publicly say I appreciate them very, very much for what they do. And Russ and Scott as well. Their show. I feel like we've put together a really killer group, and I'm not trying to. I just want to thank them for all the great work they do and all the time and effort they put in, because it's just made our channel and what we do that much better. And it's all about the different voices.
Is this Chris?
Yeah, it is.
Dude, me and my buddy are sitting here. We're both calling on both of our phones, just trying to talk. He's unfortunately an Ohio State fan. I've converted him to a Lions fan. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry for him as well. But no, man, like, dude, it's a pleasure to speak with you. I've been listening for, I'd say, 3 years now. Everything you guys have done, the community you've built, just of Lions fans. I'm from Philadelphia myself. electric. I just love, listening and being a part of the community. And then also, man, dude, I'm 25. I cried tonight. I fucking cried at the bar.
I believe it, brother.
Like, man, that's why my buddy who's an Ohio State fan has a Hutchinson jersey on right now. Listen, we're sitting here, we're rocking a little 420 gummies, we're hanging out. Like, brother, what it means to this fan base and what it means to us as Lions fans. I just wanted to call in. I just wanted to talk to you guys and let you guys know I love everything you guys do for the community. And, for the first time in my life, I'm able to celebrate a victory in playoffs. And, man, I'm sitting here drinking an IPA. It feels good. It feels good, brother.
Well, man, it's well-deserved. And Adam, I want to say Adam. Adam, everyone knows Adam. YouTube, used to work at a different place, one of the big streaming companies or groups or whatever. Great night, never forget it, and that's exactly, I think, a key message for everybody. This is something. 1991 was the last one. You don't know what's coming next. You don't know what tomorrow has. You don't know what's going on. Just remember this. Take a moment, enjoy it. Soak it in and love it, because this is a team that, if you've been a Lions fan for any period of time, those tears were well earned, buddy. Those tears that you had at the bar tonight were well earned. I watched it. I was completely sentient for the last victory and that the Lions had in the playoffs. I thought we were going to experience this all the time. This is great. We're on the route. If somebody would have told me what it took to get to here back then,
hey man, I'm coming, dude. I'm coming as being from Philadelphia, growing up in Eagles territory. Everyone asks me why the fuck am I a Lions fan? Excuse my French, but I like to say that I like being sad and depressed is my go-to line. And finally we're breaking that line where I can't say it anymore. It doesn't make sense, and I couldn't be more ecstatic. Just like you said, I actually grew up with Craig Reynolds. I went to high school with his dad. He's my disciplinarian. Me and Craig went to high school together. I love this team from the bottom up, just like you guys do. Ash looks a little sleepy. I might be a couple seconds behind, but on my TV screen, looks a little sleepy to me. Hope you fellas wake up. I couldn't be more excited. I'll let you guys go. But shit, man, it's a pleasure chatting with you, Chris. Ash, you're the dude. Don't stop doing what you're doing for the channel. Guys, we just got a playoff victory in Ford Field. We got another one next week. Let's go.
Goddamn right. Thank you for calling, brother. Appreciate that.
Appreciate it, man. Goodbye.
All right. We'll see you. All right. Ash is restarting right now. We'll get Ash back on just very, very quickly. We'll see that. I want to say, Adam, I'll look for you. I'll get you in here as soon as we can. Stephen Mosier finally figured out super chat. I spent 5 years deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan and watched the Lions lose over and over. I thought I'd never survive to see this moment. Go Lions. Steve, congratulations, man. You earned this victory just as much. Also, I want to say I think it was you, Stephen Mosier, that said, how do I get into the Slack chat? Join us at Patreon, patreon.com/Detroit Lions podcast, as low as $5 a month. You can do more, but if you give $5 a month or more, you'll get access to the Slack chat. It is absolutely the most intelligent Lions chat on the internet. It's a great group of people who have a whole lot of fun together. Caller, we're still waiting on Ash to get his laptop restarted, but what's your name? How's it feel to be a playoff game winner? Did I lose you, caller?
Oh, is this me?
Yeah, this is you, brother.
Oh, I'm not sure how this works. This is Adam.
Oh, Adam, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Congratulations, buddy.
You too. This is us.
Oh, man.
This is a Detroit story,
I know.
right?
I know. It's so weird. I mean, I love what you said right before I got on. If you would have told me what it took to get here, Yeah. And it never really hit me. And I was fortunate. I got to watch the game tonight at home with my dad, and it's obviously a big deal, I think, for most people. But they've never won a playoff game in my lifetime. I'm turning 30 at the end of the month, so it's obviously a big deal. And I don't know, man. How is this really what it is? And I know it's just a wild card win in theory, right?
Right.
Like, teams are, expectations get to the NFC title game. Like, I know it's just one playoff. Fuck, man. That elephant in the room, that monkey off your back, like, God, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm so happy for every Lions fan because they deserve it. Sheila deserves a ton of credit. Ownership across the board, front office across the board. They all know who they are. And Dan Campbell, man, I mean, you couldn't have convinced me 24 games in that he was onto something. And you know what? He was, and he knew. And it doesn't matter like what anybody thought. Like, he knew, and it got us here. And I can't thank him enough because to enjoy the night the way we all have, the smiles on our face, tears, whatever it is, like I am forever indebted for this moment to Dan Campbell, regardless of how the next 2-5 years. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. This was everything. It really was.
I'll tell you, I never wear a Lions jersey on the show. I you know what I mean? I try to keep it a little bit kind of, I don't know. It's just not what, I wear my own merch. Shirt stuff, DetroitLionsPodcast.com. But Dan Campbell, Dan Campbell, I hate to say it because like, who the hell am I to say this, but he earned, me wearing his jersey on the show because really all of this, the players on the field are what made all of this happen, but the players that are here and the way these folks give what they give to the team, why they give it to the team the way they do is 100% because of Dan Campbell. And they talk about him. He is what he is. You see who he is. He's not, there's no other Dan Campbell hidden somewhere under a rock that you don't see or behind the scenes Dan. Dan is Dan. And he's genuine and he's real and he makes you want to be the very best version of you that you can be. And God dang, we all need a Dan Campbell in our life. Every one of us needs a Dan Campbell in our life. I love a guy like Dan Campbell that makes me be the very, very best I can be because then I can be proud of myself, right? I feel better about myself because of the person that egged me on and cheered me on and pushed me forward. He's doing that not just for the Lions. He's doing that for Lions fans and for the city of Detroit. Dan Campbell he gets all these silly, kneecap jokes and all the other stuff, but this guy, he carries a lot. He brings a lot, and he deserved this win. And he deserves a lot of the credit for this win, and the feels that people have today. I think credit Dan Campbell for bringing those feels to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's a moment, not just myself, none of us are ever going to forget. I mean, it is the where were you when the Lions won their first playoff win, or second technically, but first in your lifetime for most of us. So, my God, it is pure bliss, dude. I can't sleep. It's almost 1 a.m. I have work tomorrow, probably like most of you. I can't fucking sleep. I'm so high on adrenaline right now. Like, I'm shaking talking to you. Like, it's insane, but I need your opinion on this.
Sure.
Because obviously you talk sports for a majority of your time, right? Like it's what you do. You're part of this space. It kind of hit me after the game. I was confused. Like, this is the first time I'm now moving forward where I get to watch the Lions, obviously the team I root for, but also the team I talk about on a daily basis. But I get to watch them with the paranoia, the built-up frustration and anger, like those 30 years of losing. That's off my chest and off my back and out of my mind. So how I've analyzed and given sports opinions before is totally different, I think, or at least is what I feel, of how I'm going to do it moving forward because I'm no longer starved for a moment or a moment of success where, let's say the Lions didn't make the playoffs this year, none of this happened. I would have been losing my shit that DeMeco Ryans went to Houston and fucking did it in year 1, right? But that angst and frustration and anxiety, it's gone. We finally
it's just
did it.
Good for
the
them.
monkey's off your back.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it's funny. because I found this weird sense of peace and confidence midway through the season. A little way, it was midway, partway through. I realized, we talked about it, but this is a real football team. This isn't the Lions that I was used to. And even tonight, watching the game, I sat there and my wife was pacing. She's like, and she's like, oh God, they didn't stop him on third down. I'm like, it's just one play. It's okay. It happens. People, other teams score touchdowns, they get first downs. She's like, no, you got to stop them. And I'm like, that used to be me. I used to be that because I knew every third down we didn't stop was the end of the game. Right? I was trained and beaten into that same. And she asked me at one point, she was like, how the hell can you be so calm? And I'm like, because we got this. I had faith in this team. And I've never been before, like I said, around midway through the season, I've never been in that spot with this team where I just said, they're going to win it. Or if they don't, it's okay. I don't know why, but today I was confident. I knew they were going to win it. Now, with our last possession there, I was on my feet and pacing. it was because it was that win. Now I'm tasting it, right, and it's right there. But it was really something. It was really something. Something has really clicked for the team, and even for me with the team, and how I kind of process this stuff this year. Just like you're saying, you got this taste, this different feeling. You get a real NFL football team that does real NFL things. That doesn't choke. That doesn't have crazy calls that wreck the game. That doesn't, like any old Lions team, that holding call before the second half that had come out and been down 30, right?
Yep. That would have been it.
Doesn't happen like that anymore. So Adam, you got to work tomorrow. You can't sleep. What are you going to do?
I don't know, dude. I'm going to sit up and just watch your show and try not to lose my shit. If I'm honest with you. I mean, I got nothing planned. I got nothing. Probably the baby's going to wake up in maybe 2-3 hours. Got to feed him, but that's about it. I mean, I'm up. I got nothing, dude. You know what's funny?
Get your credit. Get your credit for feeding the baby. Just tell you what. Don't worry, baby. I got this. You just take. You get credit if you can't. Take it.
Thankfully, my wife is like super chill and supportive. So like we take turns. We're kind of like yin and yang. So it's not that bad. But the funny thing is, there was no way. And look, I couldn't have known in real time. But like I was watching the game with my dad. And when the Rams stalled in the red zone again and made it 24-23, me and my dad just looked at each other and were like, yeah, the game's over. Like, we won. As, like, obnoxious as that is to say, like, you don't win playoff games getting 9 points in 3 red zone trips. Like, it just doesn't happen, right?
Right.
Like, the amount of confidence oozed from a team that's never had success in a fan base is so fucking crazy. It makes no sense.
Yep.
So... dude, I'm curious to see like how you guys handle it moving forward. I'm going to be rooting and watching, obviously, on the sidelines, seeing how you guys like analyze the rest of the postseason and the off season. And it's so crazy. Like you're going to have a completely different perspective where, it's essentially like we're all coke fiends. Like we need our next hit because we've never truly like gotten sober. And now we're finally sober because we're not starved for all this, like, quick fix success. And we have it. It's a real football team. It's a real offensive line. It's a real quarterback. It's a real GM. It's a really good coach. It's everything's real about it. Like, holy shit.
It's genuine. And that's I love Eminem and his stuff, but that's the thing that I didn't like is the manufactured Eminem this week that we got. You know what I mean?
That.
Yeah.
I hated that.
This team is real. It's not fake. Like McVay, even when the Rams won the Super Bowl, that felt manufactured. It felt fake. It's so many of the teams have been built for 1 year or a quick run, and then they try to scramble to put something together. This isn't what this is. This is genuine. This is real. This is something special. And Ed W. in the chat has a great point. We have a chance to do something never done in Detroit now. Win a second playoff game. Holy shit.
I can't even like process that, to be honest with you. I don't want to gloat or like get too far ahead of ourselves, but
I do.
I'm not. I'm not terrified at all about Tampa Bay or Philly. I mean, the NFC title game is right there, and how poetic / hilarious would it be that the Detroit Lions, who have been literal shit since 1993, got to an NFC title game for the first time since 1995, before the Dallas fucking Cowboys, who have won multiple division titles, multiple playoff games. Like, that is so sweet. And I'm not even like much of a Cowboys hater, but that's just like one of those stats that makes me chuckle.
I can't stand them. Just really quick Twitter watch. Joey Harrington tweeted, "Raise a glass to Jared Goff and Dan Campbell. It's taken a long time, and Detroit deserves it." He's a class cat. He went through a lot. Yeah. Like if you watch his TED Talk, it's really heart-wrenching. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, imagine being born and like your parents don't like you. Kind of what happened to Joey Harrington.
Yeah.
Have I ever told my Joey Harrington story on the podcast?
Joey Harrington. Steve Mariucci turns around. Shut up, kid. Go to the sideline. I don't like you. I didn't even want you.
Yeah.
No wonder we lost some goddamn games.
Oh man. Well, Adam.
Well, I don't want to keep you guys too much. You guys continue your show. Thanks so much for taking my call, obviously, and you guys have a great rest of your night.
Appreciate
Happy
you,
New
man.
Year and congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you. Let's touch base this week. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Cool, man. Be good. Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right, Ash. I've got to ask you about this Joey Harrington story.
All right. I don't remember what year it was. But I won this like trip at work, basically to a Mexican resort. And one of the events that was part of this trip was to this golf course that was, let's just say, it's the kind of golf course I will never be able to afford to go to. But because basically the contest was, like a gigantic multi-billion-dollar multinational corporation dealing with another gigantic multi-billion multinational corporation I was working for, we got to go on like this outing, these like 40 salespeople from various spots in Canada kind of thing. And afterward, like, it's the hottest I had ever been at that point in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I got a sunburn during this round of golf that I was told will eventually give me cancer. And afterwards, I'm wearing my like just sweat soaked Lions hat. You know what I mean? And I'm just standing in the lobby waiting for the bus to show up. And this guy comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, hey, you're a Lions fan." And I'm like, yeah, I am. Huge fan. Love them. Been like, the whole time I've been watching football, that's the team I've been cheering for. And he's like, "Oh, cool. How do you think they're going to do this year?" And I was like, "Well, they're going to win shit with Joey Harrington at quarterback." And the guy just starts laughing. And he he walks over to the desk to talk to his buddy who's checking in. Turns around, it's fucking Joey Harrington.
Oh, that stinger. That's a stinger. So I'm going to say
and
that
the guy was nice enough.
You're not a connection to Joey for the podcast?
No, absolutely not. The guy was nice enough to not bring him over to me and make me like really eat shit. But he just kind of, he was just kind of smiling as he walked away and sort of looked over at me. And like, I was like trying to melt through the couch I was sitting on at that point. Like, just like, oh. That is my negative interaction with a Lions player.
All right, let's grab a call here right now. Hey, caller, what's your name and how does it feel to be a playoff victor?
Freaking awesome, man. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm amazing. This is awesome. Just want to say I've been watching the pod for a long time. You guys are awesome. Ash, I love your breakdowns. I've been a Lions fan. My first Lions year was 91. I watched us go to the playoffs, and I thought we were great watching Barry Sanders. And 30 years later, it finally got us another super playoff victory. It's awesome.
Yep. That's my story too, friend. Been some dark times,
Oh,
but we're
man.
through 'em. We hit the light at the end of the tunnel, and it turns out that Coach was wrong, and it is not a freight train mowing us down, but it is a playoff victory, and we're there now.
And another home game next week. Oh, my
Everything's
gosh.
coming up Lions, boys. Everything's coming up Lions.
Finally, it's about time.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I like I said, I've been listening to the pod for years now, and I just wanted to call in and say thank you for being through the rough times and being the cheerful ending and the positive ending, and through a lot of shit that we've gone through, and finally we're looking at the good times, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate. Look, this has been as much over the years therapy for me on those tough games. But I almost broke. If it wasn't for everybody who has called in and had these conversations, I wouldn't. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't have worked for me. And I appreciate all of you. So the folks that have stuck it out and are still here, you Lions fans, I've said it a bunch of times. You're a special group, man. Lions fans are fans that truly and genuinely love football. And it's something good. So I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate all of you for just kind of being along for the ride, man.
If you're a Lions fan, you gotta love it, and you gotta be loyal, and it just, you've gone through more shit than people can imagine, and it's just, you're finally reaping the rewards, and celebrate, Lions fans. We deserve it.
100%, man. 100%. All right, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling here. We will.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. You guys have a good night. Go Lions.
All right, you too, man. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Rock that out. I'm gonna have you hang with this caller for a second. I might have to bounce for just a quick one here, Riz. Or
all right,
Ash. Sorry. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to celebrate a Lions victory today?
Hey, brother, man, for long time listener, first time caller, and I'm so glad you guys answered, man.
Thanks for calling.
We had 2 bottles of red. I'm in Los Angeles, and I just got to tell you, man, I grew up in Mount Clemens, and we've been moving all around the world for a long time. But I got to tell you, me and my 3 brothers and my dad were on the phone for 45 minutes, and we're all going to be in Detroit next week, and it feels like Christmas Day, man. Like, it is such a special moment to have this again, life's hard on everybody, but to get this chance to get everybody back together in Detroit next weekend, see our cousins, and man, it just means so much. And what you guys do, I listen to you guys every day, and I just couldn't be happier. I felt like I had to call, so thank you.
Well, thanks for calling in, man. That's awesome. Are you going to go to the game, or are you just going to be there?
Oh, yeah, we're going to the game, bro. 50-yard line.
Nice.
Like, I just booked the ticket. Awesome. Like, we are there.
Nice.
Like, I just bought the jackets that Eminem was wearing in the hype video. Like, we're fucking we're showing up, man. We're showing up.
That is awesome.
We get them out here. We were at the Chargers game. We actually went to New Orleans for my birthday, but we're coming back to Detroit next weekend. So let's go.
Oh man. That is going to be amazing. I am super jealous. I'm stuck in Florida, so not going to be there. But
yeah, well, I grew up in Tampa Bay, man. We moved to Tampa in '84 when I was about 7 or 8 years old. I'm 46, so I remember that '91 victory. I remember that Washington loss, like it was yesterday. And I got a couple kids running around here tonight, and they're like, they don't understand, but they're. We're making them into Lions fans, and this is what it's all about, bro. So I was crying all night. It's awesome.
And there was a time where people would legitimately ask the question, like, why would you do that to them? Like, without any irony.
Yeah,
exactly. No joke. Exactly. Like, just no joke at all. Just like straight up, why would you do that to them? And that time is gone. That time is dead.
And I'm in LA, but there's no Rams fans here. I mean, I heard a couple people, but man, we're so thrilled, and you guys just do an amazing job. Like, being out here, and I was in Australia for 10 years. I listened to you guys, and like, you guys keep the community together. So thank you.
I found that was a nice thing about this community is there's a lot of people who listen to this podcast because they don't have access to Detroit media. You know what I mean? And that just brings like a different kind of vibe to it, because like I don't mean to disparage the programs that existed about this show when Chris started this podcast up, but I'm going to. They sucked.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of really bad
100%.
Lions. Yeah, like the like I would like listen to 97.1 because it was the only thing that I could get, and it sucked then. It sucks now.
Yep.
You know, like it
Yep.
just it's.
Well,
I'm not gonna like say like we're better than them. We just do different things. You know what I mean? It's a different vibe. Like if I had to talk about the Lions for 4 hours every day, I would probably run out of things to say and just say whatever was going to make people call in too.
But Ash, man, I go to get a coffee every morning. It takes 12 minutes to get there. I hear your breakdown every morning, and I'm like, nah, I get it, right? That's what we got to do. And you nail it, bro. Like you nail it. So thank you.
Sometimes, yeah. Hey, happy to do it. That's kind of exactly what I was going for. And Chris, by the way, we can't hear you. Or at least
he's
I can't.
all right. Let's not let his head get too big here. He's all right.
I haven't heard Chris. There's Chris. All right. I thought I'm on the. I thought he was asleep already. So there you go.
No. I had to take a quick run to the pisser, man.
Yeah.
Ash carried it again, right? Carries it on his back again.
Yeah, it hasn't been my head getting closer to the camera this whole show. It has been my ego getting bigger, physically forming in my head.
Man, what a game, boys. Like you guys deserve this more than anybody. So just soak it up, man. Love you, boss. I love you both. Let's go. I'll see you next week. All right?
Yeah.
Love you too, man. Enjoy the game.
All right.
Say hi to everybody for us.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling, man. Appreciate you. All right, there you go. Let's get another one in here. All right, remember, if you're a potential caller, turn it down in the background because we want to hear ourselves just once, because it's enough. Hey, caller, what's your name and what's it like to be a playoff winner for the first time since 1991?
Hey, what's up, Chris? Ash, this is Will. I'm calling in from Kenya. It feels awesome, man. It feels great.
Wait a minute. We've talked to you before, haven't we?
Yeah, last year after the Packers game, after the Week 18 Packers game.
I remember. This is my guy who works somewhere secretly, quietly in the government, right?
not secret. No, it's not secret.
Let's add some intrigue.
I'm a diplomat, so it's no secret. But man, this feels great. This feels awesome. This is one of the, when I called in last year, I brought up Jared Goff and talking about the gut punch and all of that. And man, just coming back this year after the draft we had. And I was excited after the first round. I don't care what anybody says. I was excited after the first round, getting Jack, getting Jameer, plus stacking some extra picks. I knew we were going to be set up. But just, all off season, all the hype, everybody on board with the Lions. I just knew that this wasn't going to be the same type of year. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning here this time. I've been up watching every single Lions game this year, and just, man, I'm 40 years old now. I have an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, and the last time the Lions won, I remember watching in my grandmother's basement that game against Dallas, and I was as old as my younger one is now, and just having the opportunity to share with my kids before I got them off on the bus to school this morning. Just a few of the last moments of the game. It was real special, man. It was real special. And calling my dad and talking to him. And the thing is, man, this has been the best football week of my life. Between Michigan winning, this game here, it's amazing.
There is something. And I agree. Like the Michigan win and all this stuff together has just been fantastical. But there's something about, folks listen to the show know. My son's off at college. He's off doing his thing. I don't get to see him that much anymore, but we were always close. Him calling after the win and just having that moment. He knew we had to do the show. He knew he had to sneak it in. We just had a minute. But for my wife and my son and I to just take that moment and celebrate this together. That's what it's about, man. It really is about the people. It's about like you being able to share that with your kids, me with my son, us together being able to do this. It's about this camaraderie of people who just know a desire that's been unmet for so long, and which you really don't have control over. You know what I mean? You're a passenger.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It is just such a emotional release to get to this point and then be able to share it with friends. It's amazing. It's an amazing time. And here we are, 100%. I'm talking to a guy in Kenya right now, a diplomat, and I'd love to talk to you a little bit about your gig later, like offline, whatever. But if you want to email me, man, I would love to double click. But
don't talk to me. I'm a foreigner.
You're a close ally, though, Ash. A close ally, so it's all good.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
The longest demilitarized border in the world. We're happy with that one. I'm not going to go there. I got a silly joke, but anyway, the idea that we can do this with our friends, and especially in the age of like YouTube and podcasts and all this, that we're able to really celebrate together, man. That it means something. It makes it mean more, I think.
It means a lot. It means a lot. My son asked me too during the little snippet that he was watching. He's like, "What's the big deal about this game?" And I just had to explain to him, man, the importance of the playoffs and just what this really means, and telling him like, I was younger than you the last time the Lions won one of these things, and he didn't. There's no way he gets it. But it's just like, man, it was amazing.
Well, dude, I mean, for mine to be that old and have suffered himself for, he's 19 now.
Yeah.
But for him to care enough to know how much important it was to me and to my wife, and to feel that's special, man. It's any age you get him. It's something. The guy who called earlier, who super chatted earlier, who was in the Army and his dad was in the Navy, and they got to watch it together, right? It's like, gosh, dang it, man. The different connections that people have and being able to do that means a lot. I have something. I'm going to put this on. We're going to start looking. I'm going to start trying to find like the locker room videos and all that stuff as they come out here. I've got one, and I want to set this up. And you're here with us, so we need a good diplomat for this one, because somebody I think was trying to be a good one. This is a great question by Corey Woods to Matthew Stafford about if he's happy for the city of Detroit and their fans. Unfortunately, we weren't allowed to follow up on this question before Rams PR shut it down. That was a Jeff Reiger quote, and this is a Corey Woods question to Stafford. I want to play it. I don't know how good the audio is going to work, but let's see how this goes here.
How do you feel about the city of Detroit? I'm happy for the players. Happy for those guys.
Wait.
For your first 12 seasons. How do you feel about the city of Detroit?
How do you feel about the city of Detroit?
Happy for those guys.
How do you feel about the city of Detroit? I'm happy for the players. I'm happy for those guys. I guess the booing hurt.
Yep.
Yeah, it got to him. It got to him. I mean, how could it not get to somebody, But at the same time, how could you expect anything different coming in here in a playoff atmosphere, knowing the playoff letdowns that he's been party to, not necessarily his fault, but that he's been party to, and what these fans wanted, and especially knowing, and this is where I'm proud of the Lions fans, knowing how much confidence is a factor in Jared Goff's game, hearing the fans here for him, right?
Yeah.
And we have your back, Jared. Like, that had to boost him. That had to boost him, and was the reason why he played such a fantastic game like he did today.
Sandman, he reposted. This is a good one. He said, on one hand, being booed by a fan base you gave everything for over 10 years must really suck. On the other hand, you asked out and got yours. So shut the fuck up.
Yep. That's always been my take on it, man. Is like, he dumped us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't understand the remaining hero worship that so many people have for this, because he literally was like, okay, screw you. I'm leaving. I don't want to be your guy anymore. So he's not my guy anymore.
Good post. Here we went to Jared. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
It's tough though. It's tough. I mean, after so many years, and then to bring in that former regime and, you know, it to go as badly as it went, how could he have any faith that anything was going to be different, right? And even if he did have a little bit of faith that something might be different, how long do you actually know you're going to play for? You know, how long do you actually think that this is going to take? So, you know, I can't blame him necessarily, but he can't blame the Lions fan base either for feeling the way that we feel, to your point, Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I completely understand why he would do that. You know what I mean? But that doesn't change the fact that he did, and therefore can go F himself. You know, like, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. I tell my friends to do that all the time. But
but you're right. He asked out. They met with him, and he said, "No, I want to go. I don't want to be part of another rebuild." Yeah. Okay. Well, now you felt the fucking effects of that rebuild. Sorry. Love what you did here, Stafford. Love it, but you dumped us. That's it. I got another one here. This is a bit from the locker room. I want to play this really quick, and then we'll get to the next piece here. Okay, here we go. That's awesome. You got the locker room chanting Jared Goff. Oh man.
That man looked at next year's salary cap and just drew a big circle around it. That's mine. A big portion of it. That's mine.
Who says no? Right? I mean, they opened up the books for Matthew Stafford when he was here. And and right now the question is who's the better quarterback in Detroit?
Hey.
Oh man! Hey, if you get a chance,
he got one where Stafford couldn't.
Yeah, that's right. If you get a chance, email me, Chris@DetroitLionsPodcast.com. Would love to chat with you about Kenya and some of the stuff you're doing. If you don't mind, if you don't, it's cool. It's I won't be offended or whatever. I know sometimes a lot of that stuff is a little different, but I'm super interested. Would love to talk to you about that a little bit.
Yeah, I'll definitely shoot you a message. And just, you know, the last thing I want to say is, you know, a lot of people have already said, you know, thanks for doing what you do and showing appreciation and love. And, you know, not just with the podcast, but with St. Jude's and everything that you do there as well. And, you know, I've certainly contributed in the past to the St. Jude efforts. But I just want to, you know, make a point about, you know, I said I was up for every one of these games, except for times when, you know, my kids stayed up a little bit later, or got up a little bit earlier. I was watching all these games by myself. You know, I was trying to stay connected on Twitter, but it's hard because Twitter's ahead of the delay that I'm watching the games on. Yeah. So essentially, you know, I'm just kind of ingesting all of the games by myself, but feeling even from that distance a part of the greater Lions fan base and all of the content that's out there. You know, all the people that post online and you know, there's tons of Lions content on podcasts and things like that. But you guys are hands down the best. But, you know, this has been a real special year for me. But I can't wait till sometime in the future when I'm actually back stateside and can watch one of these games side by side with another Lions fan.
Well, you get over here. We'll do it together. We'll make that. We'll make it happen.
You know, I was trying to get to Tampa Bay. Actually, I was trying to get to Tampa. Because that was the weekend I turned 40. It was going to be my 40th birthday. I was going to come hang out with you guys. I know you didn't end up making the tailgate, you know, and everything. But I was going to come to that game, but circumstances being what they are, I wasn't able to do it. But some point in the future, I'm definitely going to be at one of these games.
Dude, yeah. Trust me, I get the circumstances thing. I didn't make the tailgate because I was in the bathroom the last second before I made my way to the car. It was a disaster, man. I was like, oh, I was drinking Pepto and Tums, and I was like, I didn't even eat anything or drink. Like I had a water, and I was like trying to pace it that I would sweat it out at the same pace, so that I didn't have anything else to leave my body. Oh, what a mess. Anyway, I get that. All right, we'll talk again. All right, thank you for calling. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the work you do. Really do, on behalf of all of us over here. Keep those diplomatic pieces good. And if you ever get a diplomatic immunity plate, an extra one, let me know because I could use one.
Unfortunately, I don't get immunity back stateside. So,
well, I know.
Only overseas.
I'll travel.
All right. Thanks,
travel for international fraud. Why not? All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks.
All right. We'll see. Oh man, it's you shouldn't make those jokes with people in official positions because they don't find them funny, or at least their bosses don't.
No.
You doing?
Hey, what's going on? How are you doing as a new playoff victor?
Man, right?
What?
I'm telling you what, them Lions, that secondary is not very good, but I tell you what, they're for real. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That dang coach, he's a good one.
He definitely is a good one. He has turned this team around, my man, and put these players in the right way.
I love it. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm 53 years old, and I've suffered just like everybody else has. The last playoff win, I was in Germany, and it was really, really freaking cool, Yeah. Yeah, but tell you what.
Have you been drinking tonight, like the rest of us?
Oh heck yeah! Really? Yeah, I've had a few for sure.
What's our number? What's our body count right now?
Oh, I probably had 12, 13 beers and probably 6, 7 shots. It happens.
Yeah, it does. It slides right by. The bourbon that I've been hitting here tonight I've felt the warm glow arise as a result.
Oh my gosh! Let me tell you something. This is the best I've felt in a long time. I'm a huge, huge Lions fan.
Yeah. This is.
And
go ahead, bro.
Oh, I can't explain it. I just can't. I'm so ecstatic, And them dang Lions. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know. But you know what? You and Ash are the men, and I love watching you guys, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, dude. 12 beers, and you still work the phone to call us of all people.
Thanks,
it's pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah, anyone who's up at 1 o'clock in the morning to talk to us, love you too, man.
Yeah. Okay, you guys take care.
All right, brother. Have a great evening. Celebrate this. Go fucking Lions.
I'm celebrating it hard. I'm telling you what, this is like, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm so excited. And we get a home playoff game next week. It's just so amazing.
Let's do it all again.
Oh,
what a great time, huh?
It's like Christmas all over again. I mean, I'm so I can't believe it. I cannot believe it, guys. I just cannot believe it. Yeah. And I'm so excited. And thank you guys for having this, so I can, I don't know.
Tell you what we're gonna do, dude. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll out here. Keep your ears open. We're going to listen to the the Brad Holmes elevator audio because rumor on the street is it's pretty hot.
Oh, that's cool. I will be there.
All right.
I'll be there for sure.
All right. Hold tight.
You guys take care.
All right. You too, brother. All right. Here we go. Let's get to Brad.
There we go.
The guy. That's Brad.
There we go.
Woo! That screaming was Brad. I said Brad Campbell, but I meant Brad Holmes. That's the bourbon talking. Hey, caller, what's your name? And how's it feel to be a playoff victor as a Detroit Lions fan?
Oh, my God. It feels so good, Chris. My name's Dominic, man, calling from California.
Dom's okay, right?
Yeah, Dom is great. Dom the Bomb. You can call me anything. Hacker, all of
that
it.
is your name now, Dom the Bomb. So,
I became a Lions fan when I was 13 years old. I started following Barry Sanders. I had kids that made fun of me for only liking one player on the team. And I just said, you know what, I'll show you, and started following them. And it's been a life of misery, man. But, oh, God, I'm so happy to see them succeed and to do it over Stafford and the Lions, and just to see Goff make it about the team and the city, and the team turn it back in the locker room and make it about him. Like, it's that whole thing that Campbell said, like, the Lions are the team that can and will. That's just like that whole sentence that he made in the show. It just felt like tonight, just the team that can and will. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't great the whole time, but we did it, man. The team that can and will. And thank you guys so much for what you do, man. It's so nice to have a shoulder to like kind of cry on and listen to you guys. Ash, all the stuff that I listen while I drive my kids to school. You know, my son's 16. I gave both my kids a choice to be a Lions fan because I was like, look, this is a life of misery, and I'll let you choose. I chose this for myself. My oldest took me up. My younger went with the Chiefs. We got to go to Kansas City and watch the Lions beat the Chiefs this year. It's fucking awesome. Thank you guys, man. I appreciate you guys, man. All of you, Riz, everybody, man. I just can't say how nice it is to like hear the info, get the clear-headedness, the conciseness, allow people to have their thoughts. You know, it's not an easy franchise for 30 years to be with. You just kind of, you held us up when we couldn't fucking think we could make it anymore.
It was mutual. You guys held me up as much as I held anybody else up, man. This was a team effort. Ash has been here since about day 4 of doing this in many different capacities, and has been fantastic. I mean, it's been an absolute group effort to make this thing work, and I appreciate everybody, all the people listening, all the people taking part. It's been absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna keep grabbing calls. It's a big night. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Dom the bomb.
Hey, can I give a shout out to my son Hayden because we'll listen on the podcast?
Yeah.
And he always Hayden, I love you, buddy. I'm so glad we got to watch this together, and I hope that you get to hear Mo from the Creek because he loves when Mo from the Creek comes on, man.
Love Mo, yeah. I got to tell you, that's again. I'll say it again. I'll let you go, Dom. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. But Dom calling out about his son, wanting to give a shout out. I sitting here, I got teared up a little. Got a great message from my son. Text. It's all about, man. It's all about the connections, the people who are doing it with you. It's something really special. Hey, caller, what's your name? How's it feel to be a Detroit Lions playoff game winner in 2023?
Are you talking to me?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah, this is Frank. This is Frank Hodak, man.
Frank the Tank, how you doing?
Yeah, brother. Are you kidding me? Oh, man. This is the best. Buddy. I remember when I was at Softball City in 1993. I don't know if it was 91, 92, 93. Didn't graduate from high school.
Those are good times.
And I was sitting there trying to hit a home run in my Lions jersey, and the catcher told me, "You're wearing a Lions jersey? You're wearing a Lions shirt? You're wearing that shit-ass shirt?" Man, and I hit the fucking ball right down third base line like a rocket. What happened?
Hey, no, let me ask you.
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Let me ask you. I have a feeling you might have had a beer or two tonight. Have you been drinking?
Oh, I had a lot. I've been drinking. I don't even drink vodka. I've been drinking. Oh, what's your guys' logo? How much have we had to drink tonight?
Yes, sir.
A lot.
That is the correct answer
a
for
lot.
this show.
I could not. Are you kidding me? I just called the first time. I just wrote this number down, and I got through.
Yeah,
listen, man. I'm a Lions fan. I'm from Roseville, East Side.
Yeah, the Ritz. I used to DJ at the Ritz.
Yeah, I'm East Side boy. Yeah, I'm East Side boy. I went to Braidlick High School. When I used to go on the field, they used to sing that song, Ole, Ole, Ole.
Yeah, boy.
Man, let me tell you. So, I got through tonight. Are you kidding me? I'm on right now.
Yeah, buddy.
I know you, Chris.
It's live.
Ash, you are the man. You know how to break down the shit. Hey, Gibbs, Montgomery, St. Brown, they are the shit, dude. Those guys. I'm telling you. And you want to talk about tight ends? Man, I used to play tight end. Woo, boy. Laporta. Woo, my boy.
Did you have his speed, his size? How were you as a tight end compared to Laporta?
I was. Oh man, don't talk about me. No, let's talk about the Lions tonight, man.
I thought you were a good tight end.
Let's talk about our favorite team, dude. My dog was sitting here. I had a picture. I put this chain on him. I put it on him. I didn't go to church today because every time I went to church, Lions lost, man. But every time I was there, he's like, "Hey, man," and he said something, and I was over the corner. I got a lot of deep thoughts down. You know, I'm a single man. I come from I raised a family, and I lost my wife.
Oh man!
I lost everything. She hated sports, man. She hated everything, but she loved me, man. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She loved me like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She did, and I told everybody at Malone's. I don't know if anybody at Malone's listens to the Detroit podcast, because it's the best, man. It is the best. I know, Ronnie, you're probably listening to 971 to take it. This ain't nothing like 971 to take it. This is the shit right here. I'm 50. I just turned 50 years old, and I tell everybody I'm in my prime.
That's right. Now, hey,
I told everybody I'm in my prime, bro.
Do you have any brothers or sisters? Like, are you somebody's uncle? So let me ask you. You are the cool uncle, right?
Yeah. I'm like the OG.
Yeah.
OG. That's what they call me. That's what they call me. They call me the OG.
This is awesome.
I don't know what that means, but I do know what it means. I'm the OG.
I agree.
Damn right.
Frank the Tank, OG, coolest uncle. Lions winner.
Did you say the last name, Hodek?
I didn't. Hodek?
Hodek, yes, sir.
Oh,
you said it perfectly.
That's right.
My man.
Nobody gets it wrong with the OG.
No, hey, listen. I cannot believe I just called this number. I wrote it down. I'm sitting here.
Hey, brother.
I drink it. Malone's. Everybody, listen, enjoy it. When I was sitting there, 1992, softball shitty, and that motherfucker catcher said, all this dude's going to do is pull the ball. And he's got a Lions jersey on. Man, I hit the ball to center field, man. I hit that scoreboard.
Man,
all day.
You hit the scoreboard? Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah, I hit the scoreboard. They checked my bat and everything, dude. They wanted to cut that shit in half, dude. They're like, because the catcher pissed me off, dude. Catcher talk shit about my Lions, dude.
Yeah, you don't.
He talk shit about my Lions.
You don't fuck with Hank the Tank. Frank the Tank, you don't fuck with him.
No, I mean, you don't. You know.
That's a mistake.
Hey, listen.
That's a mistake. And you know what? Fuck around and find out. That's what they find out with Frank the Tank, man. You don't fuck around with his Lions.
Listen. Dan Campbell is the man. Dan Campbell is an OG. An OG, not like me, not like my father, not like my sister, not like my brothers, not like everybody. He is his own man. And in the times of nowadays, everything is going on, that is somebody. My kids still stick behind me after all. Man, bro, I'm in the gutter. I'm down.
No way, man.
I got my Christmas tree. I got my Christmas tree lit. I got my dogs hit. I'm all by myself, man. I've been a family man since I've been a young. It don't even matter. I've been a Lions fan forever.
Brother, if you got a dog, you're not alone.
I'm not. What the hell? No, I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not, brother. You know us OGs.
That's right.
We see through everything.
100%.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be weird or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But
not
this
at all.
is the. Hey, I told everybody at Malone's. It's over there at 14 Van Dyke, Warren Avenue, right across the street from Menards. I told everybody this is, and I ran home from Southside Country Grill at 1:00 in the morning to run home. Watch my Lions at 0-16. 0-16. Am I still talking to everybody?
You are. We're right here with you. 0-16, bro.
I ran home. Warren Avenue, 9 miles. Ask, hey, would you go upstairs? Would you go up to heaven? You ask Chrissy Jones. Her last name was Hardak. You asked for that motherfucker. He ran home, didn't he? Ran home. 1:00. I tried to get a job all my life. All my life. I've been in a restaurant business my whole fucking life. Since I was 15 years old. And you know what, restaurant people, we work Sunday mornings. We work all day Sunday mornings when the Lions play. Sunday morning.
Yep.
I wanted every job, and I got this job in Malone's right now. And there, no Sundays. I'm home watching my fucking team by myself.
Hell yeah, brother.
No, I'm not by myself. I'm with my dog. I'm with my cut. Dude, I got my. I didn't even wear my Lions shirt. You know, I was 10 minutes away from the Twin Peaks. Man, I woke up. Man, I was so tired. I went to bed at 2:00 in the morning.
Imagine.
My son was doing dope. No. My son was doing fucking dope. I kicked him out. I swear to God, I'm not lying to you. I swear to God. And it's not in my soul. I'm telling you right now. I kicked it's just another story.
Frank, I want to tell you something, brother.
It came to me, brother.
I want to tell you something. You are a man, I can tell, who loves the Detroit Lions with all your heart and soul. And it brought you to a very, very special point tonight.
Yeah.
And it's a point
I'm a king.
That you deserve
I'm
to celebrate.
I'm king of the mountain right now.
That's right. You deserve this.
I swear
Frank.
to God, dude. I've lost so much. Man, I'm 50 years old. I lost the love of my life. The love of my life. My fucking soul. My wife. Hey, listen, I was a gambler. I didn't gamble. I didn't do shit. Fuck that.
Frank.
I put my foot down like Dan Campbell down. I put my foot down. I said, I ain't cheating. I ain't doing none of this. I ain't fucking. But you know what? The Lions, I think they saved me.
I think so.
You know what I'm saying, brother?
Here's what you need, Frank.
You know what I'm saying, Chris?
Frank.
Ash. You know all that breakdown?
Frank, here's what I want you to do, brother. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go over. I want you to get yourself a nice big old glass of water. I want you to sit down. Yeah. No,
bro,
because listen.
I have not.
This is future you talking, okay? I'm not saying to stop drinking. I'm just saying get yourself some hydration, because it's okay to have a good bunch of drinks and have a good time, but you just need some water in there. It's going to take care of you tomorrow when you wake up. Yep.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And so have that water and we'll enjoy it. And I have to take a couple more calls, bro. I have to get a couple more people in.
That's too bad for you, brother.
What do you mean?
Too bad for you, brother. No. Bro. You think it's okay.
All right. Hey, Frank, I'm going to talk to you next week after we win the next game, okay?
No, I'm not.
You call again after the next game when we win.
Ash, you are the man. Break it down. Tell him how bad Gibbs is. Tell him how bad Montgomery is. And tell him how bad St. Laporta is. And tell him how bad Did I say, yeah, St. Laporta? I said St. Laporta.
He is St. Laporta.
Brown and Laporta, how bad they are. And can somebody tell, please, Ben Johnson to stop giving away from what works for you? Run the ball with the man who you know who to run the ball with.
All right, Frank, I got to go. I got a million calls coming in, brother.
Hey, peace, brother.
All right, be good.
I love you guys, dude. Hey, I'm 9-7, won a ticket, host all day, but you guys are the best, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Get some sleep,
you,
brother.
Man.
We'll talk next week after the win,
hey,
okay?
Go Malones.
Woo!
Go Malones.
Malones. Let's do it.
Malones.
All right, we'll see you,
Malones, brother. Malone's, where their happy hour special is domestic bottles and 16-ounce domestic drafts for $2.75.
I don't know what to do.
Truly vodka sangria for $7, house wine for $5, Hornitos margaritas for $6, Effin' vodka for $5, or Maker's Mark bourbon for $5.
Hey, caller, how you doing? Are you an OG?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How you doing, brother?
Absolutely, brother.
Oh, cool. I made it through. Oh man, the callers on this, like, I've been listening for like an hour.
This is the best show ever.
The wide range of human society. Like people from every
Let's bring us all together,
life,
man.
And like,
I don't even know
you
what
got
to
like
do.
25-year-old bros, and I don't know, 47-year-old people, and yeah, that guy. I love that guy. He's so funny.
I only want good things for Frank the Tank, man.
Frank is the best caller we've ever had.
My God,
I love that man.
I
love him.
So much information in 5 minutes.
I want him to call next week.
Yeah,
but I hope that man finds some Gatorade.
It was the gamut too, from like high celebrations, the lowest to lows, to like I didn't know what to feel at any point in time because I knew it was going to shift 2 seconds later. Oh my God, I definitely want to talk to Frank again. I need to talk to Frank some more. All right, anyway,
I want Frank to call every week.
Yeah. Oh God. Yes.
I want Frank to call after we win the Super Bowl. Anyway. Who is our new caller, friend?
Yeah. Sorry.
How much has he had to drink?
Okay. Yeah, I've had quite a bit to drink. A lot of White Claws that I got from like DoorDash, and you know, on
a scale from 1 to Frank, where are you at?
Honestly, no. I actually was trying to say my wife left for a week, but not my wife left me. But yeah, she left a few days ago for like a wedding that I decided not to go to. But yeah, a lot of White Claws. I have been listening to you guys since like 2015. I was working like this job I fucking hated so much. Actually, it's the Gap.
So you decided to suffer
Gap
more with us,
no,
right?
not like Gap, a store, like Gap HQ in San Francisco. Right. They had this cafeteria, and I would just sit in the cafeteria and I would play Hearthstone, the iPad game. I would just listen to Detroit Lions podcast. And 2015, you guys remember, that was a terrible year.
Yeah.
Like we should have been like 4-2 when we were 0-7. I don't know. We started 0-5. That was a tough year. But yeah, anyway, well, I listened for a long time. Yeah, I actually don't really have that much to say other than like just to share happiness. And yeah, you guys are awesome. Yeah, I did cry a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw, but like when they showed the huddle at the end, when Goff is like, I actually didn't realize it was victory formation. I don't know if you guys did either. I thought we had to run a few more plays. I thought we had to get
another first down.
Maybe another first down.
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was right on the edge, and it wasn't clear. And I think Goff even said in the press conference he didn't know. And so, like, you could see with the overhead shot him in the huddle, like you could see it on his face that he had just realized we won. And it was such a cool moment. And I think someone actually gave him a fist bump in the huddle, which I don't think is like procedure. But like, I don't know, that was just such a cool moment. And then I started getting texts from friends like, congrats. I was like, wait, did we just win? What? Like, because I still didn't think we had it at that point. Yeah. So this is just a cool moment. And yeah, I don't want to take too much time. Maybe other people are trying to get through, but yeah, I love your show. So that's all.
No, I appreciate it, man. You were exactly the call we needed, Frank. I just hope Frank's okay. Someone said it. in the chat. I've been going through it. Here it is, Kevin. The playoff win is catharsis. Frank is proof there's some deep wounds being healed. Yep. Be safe, Frank. But we needed your you to bring us to another place after that. I appreciate it, man. What are you gonna do next week? What's the sense?
Well,
win or lose?
Actually,
where are you at?
My wife is still going to be gone on the same wedding week that she's gone, so I will probably try to not change things up too much. Like, same TV. Maybe I'll just drink White Claw again, and I will try and channel the same juju that got us here today. Like, I'll just try and do everything, wear exactly the same T-shirt, and like, I don't know, like we got to keep it going. And I if it's Philly's not playing that well right now, and Tampa Bay, I mean, we already beat them. So either way, I feel like we're kind of good.
Either one of them is coming off of a win, though. So the one thing about Philly's not playing good right now, yeah, but they came off a win. That's why we're meeting them. But I'm okay with that because they're coming to our place, and I think at our place we've got everything we need. I would rather play Tampa. Let me put it this way. My brain says I want to beat Tampa. My heart says I want to beat Philly. How's that? Does that make sense?
But what do your
let's say as an example, Philly wins by like a pretty narrow game. Maybe they win by 3. What's the line in the game? Us versus them. Are we like slightly favored in that? What do you guys think?
We get 3 for being home, right?
I don't think that Vegas would favor us. Honestly, like I don't think there is a team in the playoffs that is left that we will face where the Lions will be favored. That is my legitimate belief about. And no, maybe the Bucks.
We're at home. You get 3. You get 3 at home though, right?
Yeah, but I think
it's kind of like 2 now. They kind of moved it. It's less. It's like a 2 for a home now, but I think it's like maybe a pick 'em, or I think we'd be favored by 1 against Philly, and I think we'd be favored by like 2 or 3 against Tampa. That's my guess, but I could be wrong.
Okay, I'm good with that.
I don't know.
I'm going back to what you said earlier. The end of the game and thinking we needed 1 more first down. I think it was because Collinsworth's yapping made me think that.
Yeah.
And then McVay's timeout after the 2-minute warning also made me think, oh, okay, now we're in this position. I didn't do the math because, time math is always hard. And it's like, I don't know. I'll just listen to them. But yeah.
What are you, some kind of nerd?
At the same time, Goff, I guess, was confused too. Right? So we'll see. Yep. I mean, not confused, but he saw the personnel come in and there you go. So
he's like, oh, okay, I guess we won. Yay.
Yeah. All right, my man. We're going to let you go. We got some more calls coming in. Right. Thank you for calling. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, thanks. All right. Bye.
All right. I hope Frank's okay. I really do.
Yeah, honestly, dude. Like, I hope that he, for some reason, has some Pedialyte in his house and remembers to chug that before he goes to sleep. Because that is the secret weapon for such situations. Just if anyone was unaware of that, it works much, much, much better than Gatorade.
100%. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink? How you feeling? Are you from a scale of 0 to Frank? Where you at? Like, what do we got going on? It's getting later.
Nothing to drink. But man, Frank is one hell of a softball player, hitting all over the place. Huh?
Hitting the scoreboard, my brother. Don't fuck with his fucking Lions jersey. I'll tell you that much.
Scoreboard, third base. He's spraying them everywhere.
One does what one can. Yep.
No, I'm feeling pretty good. There's a couple things on my mind I want to talk about with you guys. So
we're good with it.
First thing is,
Malone's?
I'm so happy that
Malone's? Are we gonna start there? We're gonna start at Malone's?
No, not at all. Not at all. No. First off, I want to say thanks to my dad. I'm 30 years old, so he put the burden on me for 30 years. Never seen the Lions win a playoff game, so I'm glad to finally see one.
Yeah.
Climb out of depression of that one. So that's nice.
Very nice.
The first thing I wanted to say, kind of mention was when Stafford went down, man, that was almost as heartbreaking as a loss. I was like, I did not want to win this playoff game without Stafford in the game. It just wouldn't feel complete to me.
I'll tell you, his bitterness afterwards was actually, it made me feel better. This is how I've like, because he played through it, and you know what? He can be mad all he want, but I'll go back to he left us, right?
Yep.
And the girl leaves. You're out there. What can you do better? But live a great life. How can you get better revenge than living great? And that's what we just did. And I kind of love that. And you're right. I love that he was there to the very end. No excuses. Get up and play, my friend, because we're going to win this to the very end. And then you got to suck it up and tell us how you like the players, but you're not say the words, but basically imply that you're not so happy for the city of Detroit. Good. Because you left. Fuck you.
I love it. I love the nice word, right?
Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your point.
No, for sure.
Back to an important matter. Malone's menu actually does have an appetizer called pub pickles, which is a lightly beer battered pickle, deep fried, served with a little bit of Dublin sauce for $7.99.
Are you the waiter?
Oh man, that's funny.
They don't do cheese sticks. They do cheese balls. Cheese balls, my friend. Pepper jack cheese balls, breaded and served with ranch dressing for only $7.99.
Malone's hasn't paid us yet.
Owner here. I don't know.
Malone's hasn't paid us yet. Do you have a stake in this business, Thompson?
No, but I've heard that their taco salad, which has field greens, mesquite fajita seasoning, beef, or chicken, and cheddar cheese with tomatoes, jalapenos, sour cream, and taco sauce is only $13.99.
Caller, take us to your next point before I get the rest of this menu.
I'm going to talk about the French onion soup soon.
What?
Anyway, carry on.
The second one was short and sweet. The refs have been getting totally just the opposite side of the refs for so long. It's so nice to see that we get the favors. We finally get the favors from the refs in this one.
Yeah.
And the the Lions should have the opportunity to score, or the opportunity without the refs' help. I'm glad to see that the refs are finally getting, or the Rams or other teams are finally getting that treatment. So
yeah,
that was all I wanted to kind of.
I'll tell you the one thing about Stafford and the injury, when they replayed it, his eyes. I mean, I said to my wife, they rolled back in his head, but it wasn't like they went back in his head. But his eyes, the way he laid there and it was in slow mo, so it seemed maybe probably longer than it was. But it was a UFC knockout. I've seen that a million times. Right? Mm-hmm. He was out. Right. And the fact that he got out of that tent and played so quickly that's no bueno for the NFL.
Quarterbacks always do, man. Quarterbacks always do. Strange how that works.
It's a different protocol.
Wide receiver's gone, but the quarterback comes back in 2 snaps.
Yeah.
At most.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stafford's not going to remember that game.
No.
He's going to have some
definitely not going to remember that press conference.
Yeah. Oh, he's not going to forget it. Actually, I think he may not remember being there, but he's going to remember watching it. That's going to be a stinger for a while, because that was a sore loser move. It really was.
For sure. Yep. All right, guys, you have a great night. Go Lions. Thank goodness they went to playoff, but it's not over yet. It's not over right now. It's not over.
This team will never lose again.
We might not. All right, guys. Have a great night.
All right. We'll see you, brother. DLP next meetup at Malone's is what's being called for in the chat. Not necessarily a bad one.
If you're not feeling mom's spaghetti, at Malone's you can get Ma's meatloaf, which is house-made meatloaf, char-grilled and topped with a Jameson Irish gravy for only $14.99.
Join the buzz at Malone's Tavern. Hey, caller, what's your name? And from 0 to Frank, where are you at, bro?
Hey, Chris and Ash, it's Mihir Begani from California. Wow, how exciting, man! I mean, this is great. Yeah. Crying before the game, just tears of hope, and went through angst, but think you guys, in the game, I didn't feel like we were going to lose. And then in the end, a bunch of crying and then just, texts and messages from friends all over the country. Like, you guys finally did it. Just really, it was exciting. And I wonder if the coach wanted everyone to be involved in feeling of victory. And maybe that's why he had the Badgley 54-yarder, because that was totally unexpected. I never thought that he would have kicked that, but just a great game, and great for Goff. What a gentleman! Somebody under more pressure perhaps than even being in a Super Bowl, perhaps given what was going on. And
let me ask you something, Mahir.
Shoved up, McVay's ass.
Yeah, for sure. McVay deserved every inch of that pipe and probably a little bit more. We had the right plumber to give it to him. I want to ask you though, and I don't want to. If you don't feel comfortable answering, it's completely fair. Okay, so because it's all speculation, and you're not treating him or seeing him or anything. But when they played that replay of Stafford's head hitting the ground, did you see anything concerning about the look on his face or his eyes or anything?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, but just from what happened there, it's hard to say. Like if he's got a small fracture, if it was just a cut. I mean, I'm sure he'll get X-rays. If there's a non-displaced fracture, you could still technically play through it and bandage it up and all that. But
I was talking about the hit.
I mean,
I was talking about the hit. Yeah, the hit where he went down and someone stepped on his arm. Because when he hit, like to me, his eyes went like away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a concussion. That's a concussion.
Yeah.
By protocol, he should have been out there for a while, if not the game.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't. I'm doing it totally amateur, but a guy like you've got all the background and understanding. So I just wanted to see if we could pull on that a little bit. Ooh, so what do you think? Who's your MVP?
It's got to be Goff. I mean, the pressure here. I mean, everyone is focusing on him and Stafford, and you watch national TV the last couple of days. They're just talking about Stafford all the time, and everyone's the analysts are all picking L.A. over Detroit, while the fans in Vegas were picking Detroit. So he had a ton of pressure, and he was totally cool. Wasn't saying the wrong things about the other team or the coach. Even in the conference, he didn't mention McVay's name once, or Rams or Stafford. He gave it all the credit to the team. And he was cool. I mean, that first half, I mean, he was like awesome. It was smooth. And the NFL's just not used to solid quarterbacks who can manage a game. People and analysts and fans get excited by the big numbers.
Yep.
But we've had 3 games now, if you include Dallas, where we actually won despite having the receivers getting close to 200 yards, right? And that tells you something about this team. It's just bend, not break. And so we can criticize the secondary, but preventing the Rams from scoring on 3 drives inside the 20. I mean, that's awesome. But Goff, man, he must have a ton of pressure off his chest, and I think it's great. And so they got their Super Bowl. We got our player, and I think we're going to do better going forward as we get the other players back, Laporta back to full strength, and I think they'll figure out the secondary part of it. Because if 3 awesome teams haven't been able to really beat us soundly, right? I'm not counting the Dallas loss as a loss, but they haven't been able to beat us despite assets. If we just improve a little bit there, we should be pretty smooth.
Yep. All right, my friend Mahir, it's great to hear from you.
Yeah.
We're gonna do one more. Thanks. Stay in touch. All right.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Ash. Love your podcast as well on the show. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, man.
Mahir Magani, guys. Probably the smartest guy we get on the line. he's 0 and Frank is Frank, right? Hey caller, what's your name? Where you at from a Mahir to Frank kind of scale?
Yeah, this is Mike from Ashland, Kentucky.
Hey Mike, how you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome. Man, was that awesome tonight, huh?
Oh God, I can't sleep.
Yeah, man.
I'm still going hard. I'm still hard. Let's just go all the way there.
Yeah, well, we're getting a little snow, but we're not as cold as you guys are.
I'm in Tampa, to be fair, and Ash is in Florida too.
West Palm Beach.
But the Lions win makes us nice and toasty.
Yeah.
Chilly 72 degrees. Yep. I had to wear pants today.
Cow. Oh man, does that offensive line look good today?
Ragnow, Panay. I mean, Aaron Donald, was he in the game more than one play?
Well, at the end of there, he was showing up, but I tell you what, he stayed away from Sewell.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was.
They did finally put him out on the edge to go against Decker. Yeah.
Yep. Dex had a little trouble. I mean, and so let's be honest. It's Aaron freaking Donald, right? Yeah. So I'm not beating up on Decker, but it is something to see the way Panay played Donald versus the way Decker played Donald. I mean, you can very quickly see a skill gap appearing there, and holy shit, Panay Sewell is absolutely 100% that all-pro guy.
Right.
Oh man, what a player! What a player! Bottoms up, cheers.
You know who I want next week? I want Philadelphia with Patricia to get booed out of that town.
Oh, there is that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Philly. Yes, it would. For the same reasons I wanted the Rams this week, Philly next week. That's who I want.
Right. I want to boo Patricia right out of Detroit because he snuck out on us before we could.
Yeah. And then okay, so let's take it one step further. So then we've got to hope that the Packers get to come to Detroit for the conference championship. And then we get to the Super Bowl. Who do we want to vanquish?
All roads lead through Detroit.
Yeah. Now, who do you want to vanquish in the Super Bowl after this?
Baltimore.
I want Baltimore.
Why Baltimore?
Or Buffalo. Well, I want to give them some payback. And they're actually the best team, and I want to beat the best team.
That's fair enough.
Right. But I would like to beat up Buffalo because a buddy of mine, I would like to just look at him and go, smile.
That'd be hard for me. The Buffalo one. I got a connection. I'll talk about it some other time when we next time I'm sharing stories with Frank. We'll we get to a low point. We can talk about it. But I got a buddy from Buffalo. I feel bad for some. Anyway.
Oh.
So I'm down with Baltimore. I'm trying to think. I don't hate anyone in the AFC. I don't think.
Yeah, like that's. No, I don't have any.
They're tough over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the AFC's tough this year.
What do you think, Mike Vrabel, if he became our defensive coordinator because AG went and coached the Titans, can you imagine those two coaches, Campbell and Vrabel, on the sideline? Like,
wow.
I don't know, man. I feel like any other team is going to be afraid to show up on the field just because the coaches might kick their ass.
could you imagine that? Oh. Right there on the Lions logo, just beating their ass.
Oh, God.
I will beat your ass.
784th tiebreaker for playoff seeding. Coaches fight in the parking lot.
That's right.
Yeah.
Holy cow! What a night! What a great man! We're having an awesome year. We're still playing football.
But this is something, and you know, we didn't say this because we've been talking to everybody. We didn't. This night marks checking every single box of a successful season for the Detroit Lions in 2023. This is ahead of the curve on the rebuild. This is the stretch goals. This is everything that was laid out for this team this year. Anything beyond here is just absolute freaking gravy.
Right. Well, Sheila Ford called it there when she said all roads lead through Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's she nailed that right on the head.
She's absolutely fantastic, man.
I mean, us getting a home game next week. You know, who would have thought? Yeah.
All right, brother.
Yeah, man.
We're going to let you fly.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for calling, man. Ciao. All right. Ash, how you doing over there, bro?
Speaking of MVPs, Chris, the real MVP is the Malone's Kids menu, in which you can get for your kid a cheese and pepperoni pizza, a cheese quesadilla, Kraft mac and cheese, a grilled cheese sandwich, or chicken strips with choice of one side and a drink for only $6.50.
No, the streets. I would never find Malone's based on the directions that Frank gave me, because he
was wrong.
14 streets that didn't cross, but like 12 that did, but all over the map. Maybe you can catch us up on that next after we take on our caller here. Hey, caller, what's your name and where are you? Okay, you got to turn it down here for me, buddy. Where are you on a scale from 0 to Frank?
So I'm going to assume this is the Roger Ebert system that goes 1 to 4. I started at 2 before your show started. I'm at like a 3.5 now.
Ooh, we're almost to Frank.
Almost to Frank.
I love it.
But I'm going to make some sense though.
Okay. I'm sure Frank thought so, but go ahead.
So first home playoff game I've seen in my life. First playoff win I've seen in my life. It came against the Rams in Stafford. And so my biggest thing this week is the stupid Eminem video and all the idiots that came out here and said, oh, Stafford owes us one, that he has to give us this win. No, I wanted Stafford to come out there, play lights out. I wanted Puka and I wanted Kupka out there, play lights out. I wanted to beat them at their best because we want to slay that fucking dragon. We want to put it to rest. We want it to end. It's not even about winning that trade. It's about the Lions being smart in that trade. Like, the dude wanted out, Stafford wanted out. Okay, cool. He got his ring. Okay, cool. We got a bunch of players out of it. And we put the Rams down. Hopefully next week we get the Eagles and we can beat Fatty Patricia's stupid defense that he thinks works. And we continue on. And as far as who I want for the Super Bowl, I want the Ravens. I want who I think is the best team in the AFC, who I think is the Ravens. From now on, I want the best team that we can get. And if we can't get the best team we can get, I want revenge. I want to go out there and show people that either were here or turned away from us or talk down to us. I want to rub it in their face. I want to drag my balls right across their forehead.
That's what I'm talking
exactly
about.
These nuts.
That's what it's all. It's all ball dragging.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you, I know you guys talked about it last week, but last week when St. Brown came out, he got hurt. He came out of the game, came back and got that huge touchdown. Like that's exactly what Dan Campbell talked about in his first presser.
Yep.
And when Goff came out and he talked about, the gut punches are going to stop. Like, this team has told us repeatedly from day one what they're working on, what they're striving to, and they just proved it to the entire world.
Yep, they absolutely did. Let me ask you really quick. Softball. Have you played much softball in your time?
No, I've not.
Okay, just check it. Have you ever hit a scoreboard or had a corked bat?
No.
Okay, just doing the Frank check, just making sure we know where we're at here. No, and no, you weren't franked out.
Like, why is he asking me about softball?
I did. I was pleased, but no, I'm not on the Frank level.
No, you and I don't mean to imply that you were there. You did good.
Frank
you made perfect sense.
One.
Yeah, he is 1 of 1 for sure, man. Oh man, a dark Frank shirt. We've got to figure this out. We got there's some Frank shirts we got to get. Frank gets a free one. We'll mail it to Malone's. Yeah, we should set up a tab for Frank at Malone's.
100%. That is a thing we need to do.
They checked Frank's bat. Oh man. All right. Well, what are you looking for next week, caller? What is if let me ask you where you're at. Win versus lose. How do you walk away next week?
For next week, yeah. It doesn't matter. This year going to this year, I was kind of like, 10, 11, 12 wins would be ideal. Fighting for the division would have been ideal at the start of the year.
Yeah.
We won the division. We got a home playoff game. We won that home playoff game. That's more than any Lions team has ever done in my entire life. I cannot be mad from this point until next season, really.
I just want to mention one other thing that you missed. We got 2 home playoff games.
We do. Unfortunately, it's thanks to the Packers. Fuck the Packers. But it fortunately came against the Cowboys. Fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Like that thing. That game ultimately was a win-win. Either the Cowboys get out of our way, or the Packers lose, and we get a chance at revenge against the Cowboys.
Yeah,
it really was a win-win for me.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And now, honestly, though, this is the best situation. Packers go to San Fran. Of course, they're going to lose. That's their thing, and we're going to get either Tampa or the Eagles, both of which, I mean, like the Eagles, I would have been worried about like 2 months ago. The Eagles today, I'm not worried about.
No. It's all the way to the base. It's going in. The Eagles, they've got nothing. They've got nothing.
They got nothing. Nope. And I feel good about it. And I put a bet on the Lions in the preseason. They win the NFC Championship. I get $200, and I'm feeling a lot better about that after tonight. Because honestly, just that, like out of all the teams we can face, the Rams and Stafford had the biggest monkey on our back.
Yep.
And we slayed that dragon, and it's done, and it's out of the way. There's no more questions about it. We know now Goff is that guy. And also, I was planning on getting a Lions tattoo regardless. Now that Goff has brought us that win, there's going to be a 16 somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You know what?
You get that tattoo.
I'm bugging you guys.
You get that tattoo.
What's that?
Get a video of it and share it. Okay. We'd love to put it on the show.
Okay.
Love to do that. All right. Or if you can get, if you let them shoot it live, like live, like we'll connect you on your phone or whatever. If they'll let you like video it live doing it, we'd love to do a live stream of something.
All right.
Well, getting that.
Well, when I schedule it, I'll email the podcast or whatever and let you guys know.
All right. Awesome, man.
Anyways, God bless you guys, Chris, Ash, all of the LP, y'all do good work. Keep up with it. And I think Flounder pieced out already, but God bless Flounder and the work he does and everything with, fucking St. Jude and all that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So God bless. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Peace.
All right. Ash, I think
you'd like to try Malone's signature Reuben? With Wrigley corned beef stacked and then topped with sauerkraut and Swiss cheese on grilled rye with Thousand Island dressing. Me too, Chris. I would absolutely like to do that. And if I happen to be on Van Dyke Ave in Warren, Michigan next week, or at any point, I would probably go in and I would get some delicious looking food. And I would tell them that Frank sent me.
Goddamn right. Damn right. Toss a couple ducats in the Frank bank there for him to have that happy tab. 0 to Frank. That is definitely got to be a shirt, man.
Yeah.
Ashley does have that commercial
definitely a
voice.
shirt. 100%.
Ash is available for $2.95 a week.
That's not the most interesting thing somebody has ever said about my voice.
Oh man. All right.
Answering phones for a veterinary clinic, and a lady told me that I should do voiceovers for porn.
I
was like, ma'am,
I'm sorry, the angle is incorrect.
Thanks. Cool. But what's wrong with your dog? What is Mr. Muffins here for today?
That's not how to do a gangbang. Let me tell you how to set the line. You need a 2-tack.
Yeah, you guys are definitely not doing that right. You're going to snap her neck like a twig.
And if you're going to argue with me, I'll leave it in your hair. All right, let's see. We'll call it a show. It's a little something
Finally.
at this point. I tried to text
I'm being
you.
released.
I tried to text you. I'm like,
I don't know where my phone is. I don't know where my phone is. I was sending you messages in the thing. I'm like, I think Frank should be our last caller. We are never going to top this.
I don't see the thing. I should figure out how to make the thing work. All right. Then we get on to some Patreon. Patreon.com/Detroit Lions podcast. $5 a month there gets you access to the Slack. It's a good time. What would the Frank sandwich be? It's a good run. Go to patreon.com/Detroit Lions podcast. $5 gets you in the Slack. Most intelligent Lions chat on the internet. It's a good time with a great taste of Malone's. Available.
For $5, you could also get a house salad, which is a mix of head lettuce, romaine, spring mix, croutons, tomatoes, and cucumbers, served with dressing for $4.29.
What kind of lettuce?
Head lettuce.
Head lettuce. Okay. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at DET Lions Podcast and at Mr. Tweetson. At DET Lions Podcast for pants free all the time. Get all the head lettuce you need. Give us a call via Skype, Detroit Lions Podcast, all one word, Detroit Lions Podcast, or call us on the Lions line at 248-782-8384. It's 248-RUB-YOU-FUG. And be sure to go to DetroitLionsPodcast.com. Subscribe to the podcast for all the magic that happens, Ash, which is what? What kind of magic happens?
Well, I'm not sure, but I know that for $4.79 you can get a bowl of chili at Malone's.
Thank you for tuning in. We're going to see you next time at the Detroit Lions Podcast. Remember, no pants, no toasters, no hot tubs, no days since we've lost a playoff game because we're your Detroit Lions and Reddit Connection.
Welcome to Detroit.